From downtown, this is Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam, and you're listening to NintenDomain Podcast. Boom shakalaka!
This week on NintenDomain, let's talk about all the things that happened in the Direct and how incredibly right we were about every single thing. And also, I have impressions of Dragon Quest VII Reimagined.
Hey, I got a good idea. Why don't you put down the crayons and help me hack this robot?
Will there ever be a Direct for me?
There's some stuff in here for you. More than
There's a few things. I don't know. I've been kind of feeling like the last couple of Directs, it's just like maybe I get one or two things that are kind of in my corner or whatever.
It's not for you. It's for the people.
I guess so.
It's for the majority or something. Welcome to NintenDomain Podcast, episode 507. Your place to hear Nintendo fans talk all about the Partner Showcase Direct that happened, plus Dragon Quest VII and whatever else. And we are your hosts. I'm Trey. I was right. Xanadu lives. Johnson.
I'm Jeremy. 4 stars of Dondoko. Mikowski.
I'm John, nightclub and knitter.
I mean, I didn't say Xanadu, but I really should have put it together because I had seen stuff on the line. I saw stuff floating around the internet from Falcom saying that they had been thinking about making a sequel to Tokyo Xanadu. And there it was. So we'll talk about that. But yeah, there was a Direct that happened in between episodes. We talked about all our predictions last week, of course. Every single thing we said was 100% correct. We were very right. And it was the first time we all got bingos somehow. It was wild. It was a wild experience that we happened there. But no, let's just walk through the Direct as we normally do. And thanks for doing all the notes, John. We got it all ready to go here.
No trouble.
So we started off the Direct, and I got up early for this one, not intentionally. I just happened to be up. I just happened to wake up to go to the bathroom at like 8:30 or whatever, so I did watch it in the morning. So I was waiting around for you guys to watch it so I could say something.
I watched it within like an hour or two after it debuted.
Yeah, it was something like that.
One.
I think I watched it maybe like a half hour after it already started because some of the like out now stuff was out. Like after when I had finished it, but anyway, yeah, it starts off with Orbitals, which is something we talked about before a little bit. They showed it during the Game Awards, and this is the one where it's like the 80s, 90s anime type thing. And I really, as we were talking about this on Slack, I like everything about this game except for that you have to play it 2-player. That's because I do think it looks really cool. It looks they definitely nailed that 80s, 90s feel for sure. And I think the platforming... Oh yeah,
the art is great.
Stunning.
Yeah, the platforming looks really good. But These
does a great job. So there's been a lot of cel-shaded games over the last 20-something years, whatever. But they all kind of struggle to like in motion to achieve a feeling that you're still looking at like a 2D painted thing, And I think that this one, at least from what they've cut in this trailer, like it's the closest I've ever seen to feeling I'm just watching something that's actually like cell animated, but it's in 3D, of course. And I'm just really excited to give this one a shot. We talked about it before. I'll be the one to buy it and I'll share it with you guys because I'm really excited for it. I've been waiting for a game with this art style for a long time. Even though, I would like to maybe have a 1-player mode. I've also been kind of curious about playing one of these like 2-player only games. What was the one that launched with the Switch 2? All that kind of stuff.
Split Fiction.
Yeah, you got it.
We could always split one of these since you can game share it and all that.
That's fiction.
We don't necessarily have to carry all of the all of the weight of the price on our own.
I think the last co-op game I played all the way through was Portal 2 with Dan, like over 10 years ago. So like these games, these kind of like this style of game is very compelling to me, but I don't got that friend. I don't got that partner that wants to play video games all the time or whatever, like some people have been blessed with.
Yeah, but I'll think about that. But this is something I can play with my nephew.
Yeah,
I don't mind,
you have
it,
person.
You could game share over the internet. Now in the direct it showed it game sharing to Switch 1. Like, does that work over the internet? Because it showed. Because I know sometimes you can do that and sometimes you can't. So I'm kind of curious if you can game share to Switch 1 even over the internet. Because that seems interesting. Because it did show it in the video and it did say, that you could game share over online or local, and it showed a Switch 1 and a Switch 2 next to each other. So, I wouldn't put money on that, meaning that you could do it over the internet, but it could be. I don't know.
I don't see why not. Wouldn't it just be a video streaming? Switch 1 could handle that, I think, and also it would be super smart if they achieved
it's
that.
It's like the cloud. It's like the cloud games, right? It's like playing. It's like doing a Hitman or whatever. It's like kind of that same thing.
That's a great way to bring in people who are still, stragglers who haven't got a Switch 2, like seeing that on your system, like, oh, that looks really pretty. I could have that.
It reminds me of watching when you'd watch videos about HD TVs, but you'd be watching on your regular TV. It's like, look how great the picture is. I don't know if you could really have a Switch 2 experience on a Switch 1.
Yeah, I guess so.
And this is a Switch exclusive, right? It's not on other systems. Like I'm on the website right now, and I don't see anything showing anything about coming to like PS5 or Xbox or anything like that. So that's a big deal, especially since it showed outside of a direct originally, since it played for at the Game Awards. I think that's pretty awesome. So good for you guys. So I'm kind of, I don't know. I think it looks great, but I really don't. I didn't even make it all the way through Portal 2. Like I played a little bit with Brandon when we lived together, but I never made it through the Portal 2 co-op, and that was really fun. It was actually really cool. But
I think Dan and I made like a whole day out of it. We came over, and I think it was like an entire afternoon and then we might have like come back to it a couple days later. But we went through it in like 1 or 2 sessions. It's not very long.
Yeah, I think Brandon was kind of like, he's like, I want to play this, and you're going to play it with me, or something like that. It was very much like
using
like,
4 portals is crazy.
Yeah, but we could do that with orbitals. So that one's I don't know. It looks cool. I'm happy it's on the system. The next game, did any of you find this part really weird when it was just, I mean, it's like, hey, we presented this to you for the Nintendo Switch Direct, but there's no audio at all. There's no voiceover. It's just all like completely silent of this guy.
I didn't know.
I thought it was weird to me. At the very beginning, he says like, we made this video for the presentation. I think he's supposed to be like mimicking one of the Nintendo people, but it just was awkward, I thought, because it had no dialogue to it. It's just all.
I will say, like, these directs that come out early in the morning, sometimes the people are way too excited that narrate them, and this one was nice. It wasn't too. It wasn't like
that's kind of more the indie ones, right? But but Paranorma Sight, there's the sequel. Is coming out. I never really played any of these games, but I've heard them talked pretty well. People like them. Paranormal Sight: The Mermaid's Curse. Now, one thing I think is interesting from this is if you want to play the original Paranormal Sight, it's on sale right now for $5, for $4.99. It's cheap as fuck. So, for people who like point and click games like this, you could try it out.
Hey, that's a point and click game?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, did you watch the trailer? It's very much a point and click. I've watched it 3 times. I watched it. I watched it today because I took my car into the shop and I watched it while I was waiting on my car to get done. And I watched it, and then I put it on in the background when I was editing too. And I watched this one since I was up early enough. I watched this one, and then I watched the Japanese one. So I played it back to back. But no, I mean this one is very much a point and click adventure, and the other one is too. And it's on sale until the release of this game, which this game is coming out on the 19th of February. So if you want to find out what the original Paranormal Sight was like, it's $4.99 right now. I mean, I might get it just to try it out because it's so dang cheap. So I know Eric from Max the Blood God loves these games, so that's kind of part of it.
So there's multiple of these games, is that right?
There's 2, I believe.
This being the second one?
Yes.
Gotcha.
And the first one is $5 right now until the 19th on sale. And after that, is the first of the many, or the 2 soccer games. I thought you might be interested in this one too, because it looks, I don't know, you like soccer games.
I do like soccer games.
Although I downloaded action. Is this the one that was this the one that you downloaded? I didn't remember what the
I
other
never
one
played
was.
it. Yeah, there was Captain Tsubasa on the Switch, and there was a demo. I never played it.
Okay, because the video of it looks like crazy. There's like you got like these spirit animals or whatever that are helping you kick the ball around. Like it looks very intense. they make it look very, very exciting. And I know it's an anime that's been on for years. Like people like Captain Tsubasa and all that, but I've never really played the games, or I really don't care about soccer games. But
I do like soccer games.
There it is.
Oh, you're convincing me. This is for me. This was for me after all.
I'll see these first few. I mean, I was thinking that when you said it wasn't for you, and I was watching it today, I was like, well, I think like I could argue that at least like the first like few of these games are for you. This next one, I'm not really sure what to think of it, but it's out now. Actually, it came out already. Tokyo Scramble, which it kind of reminded me of those disaster games, the disaster report games.
It reminded me of like it almost literally has that scene from Jurassic Park in the trailer where they're
Jello?
Like, where they're like, well, no, where they're like in the kitchen and they're hiding behind the cabinets as the raptors prance around. It was giving me big Jurassic Park vibes.
Well, sure, yeah. So you're in Tokyo, right? And one of the trains like breaks down, and you're stuck in this world with these dinosaurs, or they call them Xenos, which is funny. That are like chasing you or whatever. And another thing that I find super weird and interesting about this game, like speaking of game share, is like you can game share this to people too, but they can control. You guys all switch the controls. So like one person will control the camera, pass. And like one person will control like the movement, and another person will control like the traps or whatever. So that kind of. This is not what I would expect from this type of game, like having like 4 people all controlling different things.
Yeah, you would think you would be multiple people collaborating to avoid the dinosaurs or like distracting them, like or whatever, so the other person can run free.
Yeah, it shows like here it shows like player 1 movement, player 2 apps, player 1 camera, player 4 actions. So like, and you can like vote on who does whatever. It just. I mean, I guess if you're not like jerks about it and you like know each other and you're nice or whatever, it could be fun. It could be interesting to be the one who's like moving the camera around to try to find the dinosaurs. I don't know.
I just don't know because of for me, like a purely stealth-based game is not my cup of tea.
Yeah, and definitely not one where you don't have full control. I mean, I don't think you have to play like that. I just thought it was a really interesting option in there.
Almost sounds like something they did as a proof of concept and then they just left it in the game.
Yeah. It's I'm not really into the games like, like there's a lot of like newer horror games like that where you can't fight at all, where you just have to run and hide.
I think that's Resident Evil 7.
I don't really like those. Oh no, you can fight in Resident Evil. I've seen it. There's guns.
Resident Evil 7?
Yeah, there's guns in there. I've watched reviews of it years ago. I'm sure it's not as much, but it's probably not as wacky as Resident Evil 8 is, but still, there are guns in there. When I played the cloud demo and I had a gun already. They gave me a gun in the cloud demo, and I shot people. I mean, we'll find out whenever we get it. But
yeah,
I don't think it's a specific run and hide game like Outlast or whatever. But yeah, this one was, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever get it, but I'll probably watch a video or review of it. I mean, it's interesting. It's different, At least it's not like the same old, And with the one after that, I probably will definitely not play this one. Anybody heard of this game, Valheim?
Valheim, I just heard of it.
I have heard of it, yes.
Yeah, Seth Matthew was talking about how he loves to play this one with his friends. It's like a Viking game. Like you can go on Viking raids with your friends.
I guess, yeah. Seth Macy is in Chicago right now. I should have tried to track him down. I don't know where he's staying, but I saw he posted online that he was here, and I saw a video of him eating a Portillo's hot dog. I was like, you can get better hot dogs at other places.
Yeah, but it's got the IGN lore or whatever, since Greg Miller's.
Oh, his dog, yeah.
There's a picture of Greg Miller on the wall at the Portillo's in Urbana.
Oh, really? Is he from there? From Urbana?
No.
Was he born in Portillo's? I was sidetrack. There's this like Portillo's that I go to all the time to deliver shit here. And I just noticed the other day that there's like this scene above the door with these two like mannequins dressed up like Al Capone, and they have like guns and stuff, and it's fucking terrifying. And now I can't stop looking at it whenever I come in there. There was a guy that was on a ladder.
Are the guns made of hot dogs?
No, they're Tommy guns. They're like plastic Tommy guns. But no, like there's this guy changing the light bulb right next to it, and I never looked above the door, and I looked up there, and there's like this scene with like a archway and these two like creepy looking mannequins with guns, and I was like, wow, that's fucking.
It's probably one of the original Portillos. Then yeah,
I did find one on the west side
because there's a lot of tchotchkes on their walls, and you always think when like these things become chains and they've got all the weird tchotchkes, like the original one's got to have the weirdest stuff, right?
Yeah, there was this one that I went to. I think it was like really far south on Cicero which could have been one of the oldest ones. It looked old, like really old Portillos. But I mean, this one it just looks like something out of a Disney ride, like a Disney dark ride or something like that. I was just like, holy fuck! I've been in here like 50 times, and I never noticed this crazy like little scene up here. And you know how I feel about mannequins and freaky things that don't look like humans or whatever, or
mannequin pussy.
Are supposed to look like humans but aren't. So it freaked me out. But yeah, Valheim, that's a game I probably will never play.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a pretty huge scope to it, and it's also like, I think it's one of those games that like did the whole early access thing on PC where people played it for a while, and it got updated a lot. So that would mean maybe it would be good by the time it came to the Switch. But that didn't happen with Ark Survival Evolved, so maybe it won't happen with this either. I don't know.
We're supposed to get a Switch 2 version of that, though. Actually, of the Ark game. Yeah. they are actually they're saying that they're going to finally like fix it or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. These like, I mean, it's it's a Minecrafty game, I guess, and
I think it's another game that heavily leans into multiplayer, and sadly, that's just not me in a social way.
Yeah, there was a funny part in here that I didn't notice when I watched it today. There's like in the video, the guy like makes a house for himself, and then he dies in the house because he forgets to put a chimney on it. like that. I was like, oh, that's funny. I missed that before because it's like, oh, now you have a house and you can feel all comfort, and then the guy just keels over. And it's
that's
like,
what people did too.
And it's like, oh wait, you got to put a chimney in your house first. So there's a little joke in there where the dude like dies.
That's what people did to self-unalive before cars were invented. They just didn't build a chimney.
How to kill themselves when they didn't know how to do proper suicide or whatever. Yeah, no, Valheim, it's on there. I don't know. It's yep.
I need more information. I could be interested.
I'm wondering, is it like how is it? What's the price on this? Like, is it maybe if it's cheaper? Maybe you could fuck around with it, but I don't know. But
I think it's definitely a game to wait for the release and see. Yeah. What's happening before you jump into it.
Which I don't think, I guess I haven't been saying any of the releases. I should be looking at John's thing here. I don't think, that just said 2026. It doesn't have an actual date. I said Tokyo Scramble was already out and Paranormal Side. Yeah, I said all the other ones. One thing I did actually get that I didn't have to pay for, but I will probably never play, is I got the Switch 2 update of Hollow Knight.
I did the same
because I can, because I already have it. So I re-downloaded Hollow Knight again. I'll probably never play it, but
I didn't open it. I just re-downloaded it and then did not play it.
I mean, I did play it. I did play it before when I bought it, like back in 2017 or whenever it came out on Switch. But it didn't grab me. But
how far did you both get in that game?
I don't remember. I mean, far enough for me to not want to play it anymore, I guess.
I got frustrated with the maps and stuff. Like I don't know.
Oh, were you gonna?
I don't want to buy the fucking map. I don't want to have to find the guy that sells the map and then buy the map to have the map. I want to build the map as I go, like a proper cartographer.
Sure. I did get far enough to. I think I bought a couple maps from a couple different places, so I did think I went through maybe like 2 or 3 places. I guess I could just turn it on and have it tell me what my time is. I'm guessing maybe 10 hours, maybe 20 hours. I don't know.
I doubt I played even that much. It's probably in the single digit. But I did buy the sequel, so Yeah,
you bought that one. I mean, you liked it enough to get the sequel, so
which I probably put less than an hour in that as well.
But yeah, I mean,
it's a beautiful game.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Hollow Knight Switch 2 version. I was like, hey, why not? I can get that. I can get it.
I think one of these days I'm going to get into them, and I'm going to be happy I already have them.
Sure. I thought about giving it another go, but I don't know. They're tough. They're hard.
I feel I have to be in the mood for a Metroidvania, and like when I am in the mood for a Metroidvania, I'm really in the mood for one. I'm going
to
jump into it, but like there's just been so many others that have come out since Hollow Knight that have piqued my interest more. And there's no shortage of this.
This
is just a special game, like for a lot of people, so I get why it's getting so much fanfare and an update. I'm glad the update's free. Like that's all these Switch 2 updates should be free. That's how I feel.
For sure.
I feel like Ori and Hollow Knight kind of occupy the same sort of vibe, and I loved Ori, and I think
Ori's a bit more forgiving.
Is it more forgiving?
Probably.
I was thinking it looks prettier. Like, I don't know. I'm not that impressed by the Hollow Knight animation, and I don't know. I feel no motivation to play the game.
I find the whole insect lore to be cool, but
it says I just booted up Hollow Knight just for the fun of it, and it says that I've played it for a total of 3 hours, so I'm full of it. So I guess I barely played it, but whatever. Yeah, it wasn't.
There's a Hollow Knight. Never mind. There's a Hollow Knight shaped hole in your heart.
Yeah, I was gonna say something like that. Yeah, there's some hollowness inside me that needs to be filled by Hollow Knight. Wow, that. Anyway, moving on. It's getting too sexy here. Here's our next soccer game that we have: eFootball Kickoff. Yeah. I don't know. Is there anything to say about this game?
This didn't even register with
It's
me.
A game.
It's got game share, I guess. I think they showed something about that.
Is this the EA non-FIFA game?
It's the new version of whatever the fuck it was called.
FIFA.
It's not FIFA, but it had a different name before that.
Oh, is this the Konami
Football
thing?
Club?
Pro Evolution Soccer. So this is the new version of Pro Evolution Soccer. If you remember hearing that name, I remember hearing that name years. I think there was one on Wii, maybe even GameCube. But if that means anything to you, this is what it's called now. Is whatever this is, eFootball. eFootball Kickoff.
Looks very bland.
It's It's
what I like about this game is it's literally just the kickoff part of the game. Like I don't think enough games have really focused on just doing the kickoff over and over again. And like
if you can kick the ball once, you win.
Yeah. You switch sides, but you're basically doing the same thing over and over again.
Yep. Kickoff is kicking off. I don't know when. I mean, it's fine. Summer something. The next one I'm excited about, Adventures of Elliot. I can't believe I didn't put this on my fucking bingo.
I forgot about this game just because it's so weird and the name is just so bad.
Oh yeah,
the name it just falls totally flat.
I mean, it's better. I mean, I've seen worse from.
The name sounds like something from ChatGPT.
I've seen much worse from Square Enix. It's better.
There it is.
It's better than like Various Day Life or what that other one was called. Like there's some awful or like
Bravely Default.
Triangle Strategy.
Yeah,
what was that?
Triangle Strategy, Bravely Default, Octopath Traveler. They're all awful names.
I know.
I mean, none of them are good. I mean, the games are good, but the names never made sense.
I guess you're right. I don't know.
Don't you want to know about Elliot? No,
I want to play it. I mean, I think it looks cool. You know, it's a good way to use the 2D HD. Like we don't get to see a lot of action games.
For anybody who doesn't, for anybody who doesn't like turn-based RPG stuff, it's more. I don't know why I keep saying action RPG because I've played the demo and you don't level up. So in my book, that means it's not an RPG. It is.
I'd say it's as much an action RPG as like
action period.
Link to the Past is.
Yeah, which is also not an action RPG. That's just an action game. Just an action game. Not,
the upgrades come with heart containers and like stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed the demo, and I did actually look over some of the stuff that Square said that they were changing off of what people wrote back about the demo. And one things that I thought was cool is I guess people were mad about the movement speed of the character, and now the character will move faster in the game because of people writing in about that. So I don't know. It's always interesting. Like, what are people complaining about in the demo?
I think they've done these changes before. Maybe they haven't done like an actual log of what was changed, but
yeah, they have. They did it.
These demos,
they did it for
like,
Octopath, but it's cool to see what people are actually mad about.
There is the Project Triangle Strategy was also like a game that they released. Like, is this going to be the actual name? We don't know yet, and then it was.
Yeah, they never. They never actually change it. Yeah. Well, it's like what was it, a Project Goose Game or whatever that just got changed into Goose Game.
Untitled Goose Game.
Or whatever. But no, I mean, I really like this game. I really like the demo a lot, and to me it felt a lot like Link to the Past. Also, for Zelda, you could do a lot of the things you can run. You can do the running thing with the boots. You get the hook shot in there. There's a lot of stuff that reminded me of Super Nintendo Zelda games, and I think it looks really pretty. So I mean, this one
it was giving me a little bit of a Mana feel, but even Secret of Mana is more of an RPG than
that one has more upgrades.
than this feels like. Yeah. Well, and that's like you have to like charge up your shots and all that, or you have to let them cool down rather.
But I like the way it looks. I like that you can go back in time to get certain weapons from the time travel. They kind of like hinted at that a little bit at the end of the demo, that there was going to be time travel. But no, I mean I think this is going to be a big one that a lot of people are going to really like, including me. So that's one for me, and that's a June game, right? Yeah, June 18th. The Millennium Tales of Elliot. Yeah, it's a dumb name, but who cares? It's going to be fun.
It's a guy from E.T. and Star Wars.
It's he's gonna ride in the aluminum Falcon. Yeah, here's the stuff from the demo. Increase in Elliot's movement speed, new difficulty levels, expanded convenience features for Magicite, adjustment to weapon shortcut menu behavior. But nothing about the very talkative fairy. Should make the fairy shut up. I played it in Japanese, so it wasn't as annoying. What were you going to say? Sorry.
I forget, but it's okay. I think it must not have been important.
Well, we can move on from there then to speaking of something that I think would be fun to buy in Game Share. This Bomberman collection, because you can do that.
Games.
You can game share it to 4 other people. I watched a review of it from Noisy Pixel, and they really enjoyed it. And they said it's a great party game, and now you could get one copy and game share it to like 3 other people, and then you have 4-player Bomberman, multiplayer for like $20, or what is it? $20 for Switch 1 and $25 for Switch 2. But I can never really get into the Bomberman games, but the fact that these are like Super Nintendo Bomberman games, it kind of intrigues me about it. And the presentation is cool too. Like there's extras where you can actually like virtually like open the package and pull the cartridge out and look at it and all that, like a 3D rotation thing. Like there's some cool extra shit in there, which I was like, hey, that's cool.
I like these. These are the kind of touches that I like. As far as Bomberman goes, like every time I play it, I love it. And I haven't really played in like a multiplayer setting more than maybe once or twice in my life. And of course, I was like not ready for it when I did. But when I've played it by myself, it's a pretty fun game. Like, isn't there a Bomberman clone in UFO 50, or am I misremembering?
I mean, there's
You know what?
It's in.
No, the Bomberman clone's in Arcade Paradise. Never mind.
Okay. So there might be something similar. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's in Arcade Paradise. I'm like, I knew I played this Bomberman clone for a while, and that was in that game.
I don't think I've ever owned a Bomberman game except for the one that I gotta say I played the most was in high school on my TI-83 calculator. That was really good. That was a really good port of Bomberman.
So if
the only Bomberman I own.
So if they had that version on here, you'd be more interested in it. If they had the calculator
what's
version.
What's that you got there?
It's the only Bomberman game I own. Bomberman Jetters.
Oh, one of the GameCube ones.
I don't know if I've ever even played it. I just bought it at some point.
I did actually buy one of the GameCube Bombermans. I think the first one, but I ended up taking it back because I didn't like it. But as far as like multiplayer Bomberman, I did actually play a lot of the Bomberman 64 game with my friends in high school. So that was a popular one that we played. But
that was a great system for the Bomberman games. I think there was one on Dreamcast as well. Like the 4 controller ports, like was perfect for a single screen game like that.
And there's a good amount of them on here. Like John put them. You put them all down on here. I was like, wow.
Yeah. So it's Super Bomberman 1 through 5, and then Bomberman, the original Famicom game, and then Bomberman 2, the Famicom game.
So it's got 7 games.
Yep.
Who's Bomberman? Like who produced Bomberman?
It's
Hudson Soft.
Yeah.
Hudson. Okay, the same ones who did Adventure Island.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Wonder. And
I was gonna say because
Wonder
it's like, I was like, why isn't Bomberman and Mega Man? But yeah, this isn't Capcom.
Isn't for some reason I thought it was like Namco was Bomberman, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're getting it confused with Mr. Driller because he's
maybe
Yeah, he's the son of Dig Dug.
Or maybe I'm thinking about Konami. Konami doesn't do Bomberman, right?
No.
Oh, I think I'm confusing it because in the I'm just going to say it now. We don't have to wait till the end. In the Japanese Direct, there's a Mystical Ninja collection. There's like a Goemon collection of like 12 games, which was like the coolest fucking thing ever. And it's only in the Japanese one. There's no news that there's an English version coming out, but I'll like import a physical copy if I have to, like, to get that, because that has like 12 games on it. And most of the Goemon games did not come out here.
I think we only got like 3 here, right?
Well, we got there was the Super Nintendo one and the ones that I've played. There
were 2 on the 64
and 2 64 ones, and there was a Game Boy one too.
There was okay.
That was on one of the virtual consoles, but not NSO. But you had to pay for it. I remember there was a Game Boy one that you could buy, but this one has like, and actually, for the patrons, this game I have playing behind me over here is Mystical Ninja 2 for Super Famicom, which I actually ended up buying a couple of these at Super Potato in Japan because I was always, I was really into these extra. They have some really, really good Mystical Ninja games that came out only in Japan, like including like the robot stuff that you see later in the 64 game are in there, and it's all like they do like cool Mode 7 effects and all that stuff, and they're really good games, and I've always wanted them to exist. And I mean, I'm a huge fan of the 64 games also, and I just wish we would get an English translation of these, but that sucks. But I mean, we can still get it. You can still buy it through the Japanese eShop, or you can probably order it from PlayAsia or whatever, But I'm more excited about this than the Bomberman one. But the Bomberman one kind of makes me a little intrigued. Like I said, after watching the review of it, there's some interesting stuff in there. Some of those later Bomberman games, you get like you get like creature mounts, like Yoshi style, that you ride around on, like in the last like 2 or 3 games, and those are kind of fun too. You could ride on like dinosaurs and whatever.
The basic premise of the game is genius. Like, I think it's very well done. Like, as far as like, it's something that you could do on a calculator. Like John was saying, like the strategy is, it's a game that's very deep. And then there's all these power ups and stuff. But I don't know. I'm looking at what John typed up here, and if you bought the Japanese version, you can still play it in English. It looks like. A lot of the games are in English.
Are you talking about the
collection,
the Goemon game or the Bomberman game?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the Bomberman game.
Yeah. The Goemon game is the one that's only in Japanese, as far as I know. But that one was from the.
There's so much dialogue. Yeah.
That was from the Japanese game only, but you can play through the games without knowing. Like I did it on my emulator in 1999 or whatever, at the college we went to.
I like the Goemon games that I've played because they have a lot of depth to them as far as like, this is before side quests, but there's a lot of like mini games and stuff that you can really kind of lose your time in.
And Bomberman was published by Konami at one point.
I got mixed up. Okay.
It's on. Well, I mean, Hudson Soft is there too.
It is Hudson.
They're both there. But I knew that this game was being put out by Konami. This one specifically. So, I was right on that. But because Goemon,
Hudson Soft and Konami at some point became the same company. I could be wrong, but
I thought you said Namco.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they probably have some. Yeah, they probably have some like similarities. But Konami, all they really do now is just put out their old games. So it's that's been basically.
At least they're doing like not just exclusively pachinko machines.
Yeah,
I remember now because Konami, back a couple years ago when they put out that TurboGrafx Mini, that was a Konami product. And so I think Konami absorbed Hudson Soft.
Maybe so. Maybe so. But, I mean, Super Bomberman R, which was a Switch game, that was a Konami game. They did that one. So this one is a Konami thing. But
that a launch game?
Yeah, it was.
I thought so.
And the Goemon is definitely Konami, so that's why I was like, oh, these are like the same kind of thing, except they're not giving us the one I really want. So I was like, what the fuck, man? Because Konami Crazy Racers had Goemon characters in there and Bomberman characters, which is an awesome Game Boy Advance.
What's Goemon's friend's name? I always forget.
Abisumaro?
Abisumaro, yeah, that's why I forget it.
Yeah, he's actually a developer. He's named after a developer of the game, Abisu. He also did that. He did that. The game that I really liked that I can't remember the name of right now. That was on my Game of the Year list. It was basically like Goemon.
Devil's Third.
No, not that.
Oh, Bakugan.
Something like that. Bakura.
Bakugan. Or Bakura. Yeah.
But he worked on that game and the and the Princess whatever and the Princess Peach game also. He was on that one. But yeah, Bomberman. I'm still maybe on that. I think it looks kind of cool. If there wasn't a whole lot of things coming out within the next like 5 months, I'd be interested in it. But here's one.
I think it's a pricing thing for me.
I think it was I'm sure it'll go on sale. This is probably my first bingo card thing that I got. I think maybe we all did. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
No, I didn't.
To Switch. You didn't put it on your. You didn't put it on there.
I don't think I did.
But it was. I think people were like, although they were expecting it because the game's already out, they were kind of surprised because this is not on PS4.
No, it was a PlayStation 5 only game originally, but Square did say that they were bringing Final Fantasy Rebirth to Switch 2 after they announced Remake. So it wasn't.
It'd be kind of dumb not to.
It wasn't a surprise. Like they said it was happening, and then recently before this direct, they said they were bringing both of them. So
what if the third one was a Switch exclusive? That'd be hilarious.
That's what I said in our prediction episode, and I still want that to happen. It's gonna be funny when it happens. It's gonna happen next direct. They'll be like, and whatever it's called.
One day, Nintendo Switch exclusive.
Final Fantasy VII, whatever it's called. We'll read
Afterbirth.
Yeah, it's got to be an R thing. Another R one. I like reparations, but I don't think that'll work.
I like reparations too.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this one's kind of funny because I saw a lot of people mixed on this game. Like, I guess there's parts of it that are cool, but there's a lot of really dumb shit in it too. But it's way longer than the other one.
A big thing I've heard that people hate about it is that it's one of those games that shows you absolutely everything you need to do. So it's just like completely like your map's just littered with icons and that's not for everybody. That's overwhelming for a lot of world game players. Yeah,
there's that, but there's also which is very much in the original Final Fantasy VII game. There's a bunch of really dumb random mini games that they throw at you, I guess, with varying controls, and that was in the original game. So I don't know. I mean, I still don't think that game's as good as people say it is. I mean, I played it later. I played it in like, I don't know, when did I play it? Like 2009, and I was like, this game's trash. Well,
I'm just looking forward to
I didn't think it was trash, but I didn't think it was as good as everybody said it was.
When they do like, the Final Fantasy Retrograde or whatever the first one was, but they're going to make that into 3 games when they remake it. So it's going to be a 9-game trilogy.
Yikes.
A 9-game trilogy, yes. I actually said that.
It could happen. But yeah, Final Fantasy Rebirth coming out. I mean, it is pretty like, for people who like Final Fantasy VII, you got 2 Final Fantasy games in the same year for Nintendo Switch. Maybe a third one too. Who knows? They just may very well put it out. I don't know. But there it is. I mean, I do remember you saying that you played. There was a pretty extensive demo to it for PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I played it.
And I would check that out if they put it on Switch 2 also.
It was cool. It's just one of those things like a game like that, like, I don't know. It's like I got to be all in or not because I was just overwhelmed by the demo. I'm like, there's no fucking way I could play this game. It's just too many map icons, too many things, and then like you've got a fairly complicated leveling up system and all that, and you put all that together, and Jeremy can't comprehend.
And I guess it's like twice the size of Remake. I think a lot of people like Remake better because it's more, because it's
Retrograde.
Yeah, the one that's the one that's already on there. They like that one more because it's more like condensed and more focused, and this one's just kind of like too much, I guess. That's what I've heard, but I don't know. I don't care about Final Fantasy VII. I'm not going to get this game. But if
I just can't even wrap my brain around like that. It's like that was such a cash cow for them that they're just like just eking everything I can out of it. Like, come on now.
But I am really interested.
You've literally done like you released Final Fantasy 16 a couple years ago. This is called 7. Come on, guys, move on.
No, that's the one. That's the one that everybody loves. I am really interested to see how it runs on Switch too, just because of it being a PlayStation 5 exclusive originally, and all that. And I thought,
that's intriguing to me, and that'll be kind of the future proofing or whatever, so to speak, of the Switch 2. Like, it's when we finally see, like, nearly a year later, besides some first party stuff that's exclusive, like the Switch 2 is still not exactly an all around proof of concept as something you need to own if you're a Switch fan, because I was looking at my sad little Switch that I haven't turned on in months now, and I'm like, this could run most of the stuff I play still. Like, when I play the Switch 2, I play a lot of games that
not Cyberpunk.
No, I know
you almost
that.
put 200 hours into.
That's true. That's true.
You played a lot of that game, I guess. Well, I mean, like your 200 hours that you put on UFO 50, that you could have played that on your dinky Switch 1, but it didn't have it doesn't have the new feel of the Switch 2. You want
I get what you're saying, though. I don't know the last time I bought a Switch 2 exclusive game, not counting the Animal Crossing upgrade, whatever. Must have been Donkey Kong, I think.
Donkey Kong, probably, yeah.
Other
there
than
hasn't
Switch
really
2, no, I don't think I think Donkey Kong is my last one as well.
Yeah, because I don't think there haven't been a whole lot for ones that I guess not ones that we've been interested in, like whatever, Hyrule Warriors or whatever. But the next one I'm very interested in is Pragmata. I got that also on my bingo card.
Yeah, I played this.
That one had already been announced. I
did not put it on my card because I'm an idiot. I should have.
I played through this demo twice, actually. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really fun. It definitely, to me, it has a lot of like Dead Space vibes, but not as scary. But I really like the live hacking stuff of it. Like, I think that's really cool. Where like you're fighting the guy and hacking at the same time, and you can switch your weapons also while you're hacking.
Yeah, it's a little bit like.
I don't know. It's cool. I like it.
A little bit like a little bit of that weird vibe of The World Ends With You, where you're like controlling two characters.
Oh yeah, sure.
Once.
Yeah, where you're doing like top screen, bottom screen.
And then it's also got kind of a bit of a pipe dreams or like a Snake feel, like in the hacking mini game, like where you're. It's probably more like Snake actually, because you're trying to like direct your reticule to go through the power ups and stuff. I like it. Okay,
they do different things.
I think I'm not a big fan of the. I don't know. I don't. Maybe you just got to get used to it, but I wasn't a big fan of the camera and stuff because like I didn't know where things were coming from, like, and that's probably part of the terror of it all. But it's like I want to know where the enemies are going to arrive from.
Was it too close or something? Like you couldn't see where they were?
I mean, I only played through it once, and I did not. I got to the boss. I did not beat the boss, so I have not finished this demo. But I did get to the last boss.
The demo's really short. That's why, like I watched the direct, and then I was like, oh, I wonder if that demo's out. And then I laid in bed, and I played the whole demo in handheld on my Switch 2, and I was like, it was great. It was like I haven't really played anything for that long handheld, So I laid in bed and played through the demo. It took me like 21 minutes because it gives you like a count at the end, and then I played it again when I was editing, and I beat it in like 14 minutes. So I mean, it's you can get through it really quickly, but it's fun.
Multiple sevens.
I just like it. I like it the way, I like the way it feels. I like the way it plays. I think it's going to be fun. So it's definitely.
It seems cool. I'm not really a big fan of like. I wish the hair looked better. Like I want more strands of hair.
You want the whatever the strand technique or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Like that they're. Yeah, it's a specific thing that of course they're not using on Switch 2, but they'd use it on other things. But I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. That the hair looks.
It's like there's all these like specific physics engines being created for each aspect of like the actual models themselves. So they're like, well, we can't have all the hair animated in this, so we're just gonna have this weird stiff looking, got to be glued look.
I did think it was kind of funny that we got the Tomodachi Direct where we got Hugh Morris, and then we got Hugh Williams for this one. We got two Hughs within 2 weeks. John's friend Hugh would be very excited if he saw any of this.
Next week, we're getting humongous.
It's a huge time for Hughes.
I mean, John's friend's name is actually Hugh Johnson, which is hilarious. That was always a joke name that we had in high school. Hugh Johnson. That's his real name.
Awesome name.
It's an actual person.
His parents had to have known.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no.
They're like, not only is he going to have a silent H, he's going to H very low.
It's two hues. Also, when I played this game, I played it in Japanese instead of English. And when I was watching the Direct again today, I was like, oh yeah, that girl's kind of annoying. So maybe I wouldn't have liked it as much if I was playing it in English than not Japanese. Because
that was my joke.
She says a lot of things while you're.
I say
fighting.
at the beginning of the thing, I was like, maybe put down the crayons and help me hack. Like,
oh yeah,
it's kind of funny. She's like, she's just kind of like being a kid drawing a picture, which obviously she's an android. I don't know why the android needs to be a 7-year-old kid or whatever, but that's what they decided to do in this game. But the android was just doing a little creative drawing project, and then it's like, hey, I need your help. And that's kind of how the game opens, and I really like that. That's kind of a cool little juxtaposition of like childhood innocence and fighting for your life.
Yeah, I want to see how they actually meet up with each other in the real game, because in the demo you're already there. Well, I guess like she's drawing, and he's like, help me, But I'm sure there's stuff that happens before that. And spoilers, when you get to the end of the game, he's like, what have you been working on? And then it shows her crayon drawing that she was doing at the beginning. She'll show that to you when it shows you how much time you spent in the demo. But no, I think it's cool, and I think you should try out the demo, John, because it's free, and just give it a look.
Got it. I just haven't tried it.
It reminds me, like I said, of Dead Space, and I really like those games a lot. So
I mean, just from a purely pragmatic perspective, you should try it.
Nice. I did see that over 1 million people downloaded the demo.
Why not? It's free and quick. But yeah, April 24th for that one, and yeah, that's a definite for me. I'm really excited. I've seen the amiibo wasn't on here, but I've seen the amiibo, and the hair looks even worse on the amiibo. It kind of looks like she has like spaghetti hair. It's kind of funny to see.
Yeah, someday we'll have the technology to have angel hair, but still stuck on Linguini.
But not for amiibo apparently.
They're trying to simulate the way that like a 7-year-old kid doesn't really brush their hair.
I guess, but take a look at the amiibo sometime. Like her spaghetti hair looks really funny. But speaking of really funny, but something I'll probably get, Turok. Remember Turok? Remember that there was a Turok that was announced during one of the Game Awards like a few years ago? This was a game that was announced, and I was like, and after it was announced, everybody was like, does anybody actually want this game? Because it's like, hey, how about Turok but multiplayer? It's like, no, we don't want multiplayer. But in this one trailer, they do say that you do not have to play with other people, So there you go. And I don't know. I like those old Turok games, so I'm interested in it. Hopefully the single player doesn't suck because it has multiplayer.
I'm looking forward to seeing how they handle the ray tracing through the fog.
Yeah, I don't see any fog right now from the
gotta have the fog
from what I've seen in this one. But I mean, I don't know. I hope that when you win, you get that cool dance where your leg looks like it's broken, like from the original Turok game. If you
stanky leg.
If you ever beat a Turok on 64, he does a dance and his leg like twists back and forth. What I always found is you have to put the disco version on, and then his leg will look right. If you beat it in disco mode, then it'll be right. That's probably no one will ever tell you that because no one has ever played Turok as much as I did. But I really like that 64 game.
When was the last Turok game?
The last Turok game was on PS3. I bought it while we were looking at used places in Michigan when I was with you. As far as I know of, I think.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I think the one that was called Turok. There's another game that's maybe made by the same company that isn't called Turok that people have argued that maybe is a Turok game. I watched a video about it like months ago. But, yeah, I don't know. Turok Origins. I say, maybe? I don't know. I'll probably get it. I like those stupid Turok games.
You do seem like the Turok ambassador.
I do like Turok. But the next one was probably my most...
Turok too.
The next thing was probably the thing I've been the most proud of ever, of any of these ever bingo predictions, is my unreleased, unknown secret Falcom game. I was right. And that was the sequel to Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus, but also all the other Xanadu games that came out before that. But I actually really loved the Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus game that's on Switch 1, and I had been looking for a reason to go back to it for a while, and now I have one because we are getting Kyoto Xanadu coming out, and the gameplay looks different actually. All the 2D stuff wasn't in the Tokyo Xanadu, so I'm interested to see what is with that. But my original impression that I got from Tokyo Xanadu was that it was like, what if Falcom made a Persona game? It's kind of what I got from it. So you go, you got your classroom stuff, you got your certain amount of time where you can hang out with your friends, and you have like stats that will upgrade depending on what you do at what times, that sort of thing. And also you go and fight in big dungeons and stuff. So it kind of felt like, to me, it felt like Ys, but with school, which I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm into that. But no, I'm really interested in this game. Man, Falcom, 3 big games in 1 year. Well, I guess one of them's just a re-release, but because you got Trails in the Sky 2, you got Ys Proud Nordics next week, and now you got Kyoto Xanadu also.
See, Xanadu's been around for a long ass time, enough to where it was on like the old PCs, and then when they released it on Famicom, they call it Xanadu, which a lot of people say Xanadu, but it's supposed to be like Famicom and Xanadu combined.
Yeah,
Xanadu.
I mean, Trails in the Sky has been around just as long. Like those, they were like originally but they didn't have Olivia Demon Slayer
in the movie.
The Demon Slayer, like not, or was it? It's like not. It's not Dragon's Lair, but Dragon Slayer was like the original. Like we talked about this when we did
this is like an old,
when we did our UFO 50 episode. John actually put a Trails in the Sky song or a Legend of Heroes game on the list without even knowing what it was. So you actually did put something from the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky series. Because they've been around for fucking ever. Like some of the Ys games and the Xanadu games and the Legend of Hero games, they've all been around forever. But I'm glad that Xanadu, bring it back. Why not? And like I said, Tokyo Xanadu is awesome. If it's on sale, buy it. Because I'm happy to be able to go back and play that in anticipation of Kyoto Xanadu. So awesome. That's probably my number one thing of the whole direct. Actually, was the Kyoto Xanadu thing. Well, and the Goemon thing that was only in the Japanese one. Those are my 2 big ones that I really liked. And now we can stop talking about it. We can just go on to the next thing. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, what's after this? Digimon.
Storytime Stranger.
Yep.
Digimon is still going on.
Yeah, I don't know. People like these games, I guess. I've heard good things, but
what's the difference? Anybody know?
Of Digimon and Pokemon? Well, I mean,
Digimon are fully digital.
Well, Digimon have this whole other digital world that they exist in, where Pokemon exist in the real world. I know that much, but I mean,
and they like portmanteau into each other. They don't just become like a new name when they evolve. They like their names like have to do with their origin. They'll be like Super Mega Kabuterimon, or whatever. That's what I know about Digimon. I don't know much else. I know they also were more like in parody with like Tamagotchi and stuff, whereas Pokemon sort of tried to like not be that, even though you could have done that, and eventually they did do like Tamagotchi type things in Pokemon games, and they even released like a Pokemon Tamagotchi kind of like in the like little Game Boy thing that you could buy. But yep.
Yep.
I'm surprised that like Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh are still a thing. And
it shouldn't.
I mean, Digimon is more. I think Digimon's more around than Yu-Gi-Oh is. Like, I don't think I've seen a Yu-Gi-Oh game in a while.
Yu-Gi-Oh lives strong in the card and like the collector card community.
Yeah, there's like so many.
People are still playing Yu-Gi-Oh like competitive like battling card games and stuff. So no, it's important. It's like, I don't know. It all originated around the same time, but somehow like they all developed their own audience. Because even though it's like Minecraft, like created a new genre, and then all these other things, it's just similar. Like I think Digimon was like a Pokemon like, but it was like just different enough that it had its own cartoon show.
People liked it. I'll tell you, there's a lot more Digimon games on the Nintendo eShop than there are Yu-Gi-Oh games. There's a lot more than I thought. I just looked. There's like 9 of them. Of Digimons in one Yu-Gi-Oh collection. So there you go. But speaking of other anime stuff I really don't know that much about, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, which I've only heard talk about, like there was a mobile game about Grand Blue. I only know about it because they talked about it on 8-4 Play, but I really don't know anything about these games. But it looks pretty, I guess. I'm not going to get it. I don't know. Do you guys know anything about Grand Blue at all?
I just see anime characters all posing together and have wings and all that, and I go, that's not for me. Like I like anime and stuff. I know that's an RPG. Moving on.
Yeah, I think it's another thing that's like a series that's been around.
I think it's more of a action game, action RPG or whatever. But it's an anime. I'm pretty sure Grand Blue is, but I don't really know anything about it aside from that.
Nor do I.
So, but I mean, I don't know. People like it. It's cool, I guess. It's not really I'm going to do anything with. But let's see. Moving on from there, but something I did do something with is a game called Monster Hunter Stories 3, because there was a demo that's out now that carries into the game, and I recommend both of you trying it out just because it's a pretty ass game. Like, it looks real nice on Switch too.
I have the demo queued up, but I need to make space.
Oh, sure. I played it last night just because I wanted to get an idea of it, and I've played all 3 of the Dragon Quest Monster Hunter Heroes. What the fuck am I trying to say? Monster Hunter Stories 3 game, or Monster Hunter Stories games. I played all of them, and I do think that this one looks the best so far, I guess. Even though it still has the same like rock paper scissor combat stuff, which I wasn't really into in Monster Hunter Stories 2, but I do like the way you traverse the world, and like it's like, oh, here's a mountain. If you want to climb it, turn into this different monster, and you can use that to climb, and you can use another monster to float, and you can really like go a lot of places. Like, it kind of feels sort of like Breath of the Wild in that way, where it's like, oh, you want to go up to the top of that mountain? You can just, switch to the right monster, or monstie as they call it. But I don't know. It looks pretty. It looks incredibly pretty. One thing that sucks is the demo will not let you invert the aim, and that always annoys the fuck out of me. So I'll have to use my other controller and invert it on my own. But no, it's a few hour demo that continues into the game. You can make your own character on there, and you won't have to do it again. And it's got a nice little intro. And I played it in English, and the voiceover looked great and all that, and it was all it was all synced up and whatnot, and it looked very cool. So I don't know. I say at least give it a look just to see how pretty it looks. And that one's coming out like next month, like at the end of March, right? It's like right around the corner. They're really not letting up with these releases. It's like there's Yakuza this week and Ys next week. Well, and like Virtual Boy, and then there's Resident Evil. But then right after Resident Evil is Pocopia, and then right after that is Monster Hunter. It's like if you wanted to get all the games, there's no breaks at all. It's like week after week after week. It's fucking nuts.
Or us.
But yeah, I just wish I had money to...
An embarrassment of riches.
I just wish I had money to get these things. Yeah, but Monster Hunter Stories 3, I think it looks great. Demo's out March 13th. Check it out. Arcade Archives is now moving on to... Well, I mean, it's still going to exist, but now there's going to be Console Archives, so Virtual Console is kind of returned in its own way, which I think has a lot of potential. Just to see some games on there. And I'm still thinking about maybe getting Cool Borders someday, just because it's a PlayStation 1 game that's on here. But yeah, Console Archives. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, it's cool that maybe they're gonna go for some more obscure stuff, that maybe otherwise wouldn't get resurrected. I mean, I know Cool Borders has its fans, but how many? 30 years on, I don't know.
Well, I went to look at the IGN review, and like the very first sentence is, "Cool Borders will never be as cool as 1080 and SSX." And I'm like, oh, okay, well that kind of told me exactly what I needed to know there about Cool Borders, because I love the 1080 games, and there was an SSX game on Wii SSX Blur. I played the shit out of that game. So I mean, anyway, I mean, I was wondering like how it compared to those. I guess
No More Kids was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like No More Kids. I played the first one, obviously, but I don't know. I'm still intrigued by just that it's a PlayStation 1 game I've never played. That's
I guess regarding Console Archives, I see the purpose between Arcade Archives is pretty clear. Like, you want to bring all these arcade games home, week after week. They don't like 500 or something so far, and maybe these are arcade games that otherwise would have been forgotten to time. Like, the mission there is pretty clear. I'm a little less clear on what the mission is with Console Archives.
Well, I don't think Cool Borders has ever been re-released in any way. Like, I think they're just re-releasing stuff that is not available,
That's what I'm thinking too. It's like for obscure hardware or whatever.
Like that's why I think it has real potential because people. I don't think anybody cares about cool borders or was ever planning on re-releasing it in any way. And I think the only way you can play it is emulate it. So this gives you a legal way to do it.
Like I don't know. With arcades, obviously everybody's not everybody can have a whole huge machine and all that. Versus we all had these consoles. I'm like excited for it. I think that's cool.
Some of them.
I think a little bit of the mission is a little bit less clear to me, but I'd like to see where they go with it.
I mean, it's virtual console is what it is. That's what their mission is. Bring us games that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah,
unless you have hundreds of dollars to buy the original
or games that may have been out for multiple like multiple systems within like an ecosystem or whatever that never came to the U.S. Like these computers, all these 8-bit computers and stuff that were happening everywhere but the United States in the 80s.
So here's a list. Maybe this would help.
Yeah, there's like it shows like some of the lineup stuff that's coming out, and there were some things that I was interested in there for sure. Ninja Gaiden 2 was funny because it's already out for Nintendo Switch Online, but I guess if you're like, fuck Nintendo Switch Online, I want to own a digital thing, then you could buy that and say, hey, you have it. That was one
that made me think, like, did anybody really forget that? That's like, still a popular ongoing series, The other ones make a little bit more sense to me because they're a little bit more obscure, perhaps. But there's Cool Borders, Doraemon, Nobunaga's Ambition, Mag Max. I don't know what that one is. Sonic Wings Special, Dazemon Plus, Rhapsody, a musical adventure. I remember hearing about that one.
That's supposed to be good. I was interested in that. Sonic Wings Specials was in the Direct too. It's just it's another like shoot 'em up, but it looks cool for what it is.
Yeah, not all these were in the Direct. There was an announcement afterward too. Yeah, Master of Monsters, Disciples of Gaia, Monster Rancher, Hop About, and UFO: A Day in the Life. That last one, UFO: A Day in the Life, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Moon, like as far as the graphics. I wanted to look more into that and see what's up with that one.
Yeah, seeing ASCII and 32-bit next to each other makes sense to me.
I just like seeing more and more obscure games from consoles that you probably can't get anywhere else unless you have a lot of money to buy, to buy the original physical. So
I think Hamster's doing the Lord's work in this regard because these are affordable ports in there, and I think they're also doing themselves a service by making it part of like a series, because there are some collectors out there that'll want the series of all the Hamster games, that's working for them. But yeah, these are just things like maybe, this Ninja Gaiden 2 game will be like the one on NES, but I'm sure there's some sort of like little differences here that only existed in the original code, and that's what we're getting here. I think that's what they're doing. They're being like purists and releasing these things in as close to the original code as they can, running on the Switch too. So you're getting that original experience as much as you can without having a freaking monochrome monitor or whatever.
If they want to put out more like weird PlayStation 1 games that I never played and no one else will put out, then I'm here for it.
Yeah.
That's kind of
I just think it's cool. I mean, this is like, this the whole preservation of video games. Hamster's doing the Lord's work in that regard.
For sure. And then we get our montage, which I know you had some stuff in there. John had Scott Pilgrim EX. That's on there. That's coming out March 3rd. They should have said more about this because I found it later, more information after the Direct. But Another Eden Begins is actually made by one of the original developers of Chrono Trigger. And they were like advertising it as that after the Direct, not in the Direct. I was like, nobody said anything about this. So it's like one of the original creators, and it also has a frog that looks exactly like the frog from Chrono Trigger. There's time travel in this. There's like multiple endings. There's New Game Plus. There's like a lot of things that exist in Chrono Trigger that also exist in this game. So I kind of wish they would have spent a little more time with it instead of showing it for half a second and then not really telling us what was happening there. So I'm kind of a little more interested in it in that aspect for that sort of thing. So we'll see. And that's that doesn't have a date really. Summer 2026. Reanimal. You played the demo of that, right, Jeremy?
I did. I didn't play all the way through it, but it was definitely giving me a. I know this is made by the original creators of Little Nightmares and Little Nightmares 2, but it feels more like Limbo or Inside as far as like the atmosphere. And I didn't get very far into it. I was actually, I don't know. I think
I'll say, is it too scary?
I think atmosphere wise that they're not doing as good of a job as those games, to where I was getting bored. I wasn't like feeling like inspired by the environment or whatever. Like no, I didn't get scared at all. I didn't find it scary at all. I just found it actually kind of boring, and I kind of started feeling sleepy while I played it. So maybe the game ramps up over time, but I didn't think it was that great.
Yeah, I kept
forgetting. How far did you get through the demo?
What?
How far did you get through the demo?
I did not finish the demo. Like I said, I just kind of got bored with it and stopped playing because it was really slow going, and like I think Limbo and Inside do a great job with that pacing. Yeah, because there's a lot of environmental storytelling happening around you, and
they get it from the jump. Yeah,
exactly, and they don't really do that here. I felt like it was slow moving, and the environment was like vapid of anything else happening.
I kept forgetting what it was. Like, I saw that the demo was there, and I was like, what the fuck is Reanimal? And I was like, oh, wait. And then I found out later, like a day ago, that it was from the Little Nightmares people. I never really played any of those games. I know people like them, though. Let's see. What else do we have in the montage?
It really feels like their take on, like, a Limbo, or, like, yeah. It feels like their take on that sort of genre.
For sure. And that's for $40. That's coming out this week, actually. The Reanimal is
Friday the 13th.
Yep, on Friday the 13th. WWE 2K26. I mean, that's something that you'll like, John. When it's $20 next year, as most people should be, because don't buy these every year, for $70. But I figured this one would be in here. It's on my bingo card, of course. WWE 2K26. There it is. That's coming out on the 13th of March. It's for $70. Whoopee. Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. I did actually play this demo too last night, and I had a really hard time with it because it's some of the tiniest font I've ever seen.
I didn't know there was a demo for this.
Yeah, it's out right now, and there's the font is tiny and there's no voiceover, so I have no idea what's going on in this game. It was hard for me to read things, even in my fucking 70-inch TV or whatever. It's like I cannot read the font. It's like, what the hell's going on here? And I was right. I was wrong. It's not an FMV game at all. It's just like static images.
Okay. Like it kind of seems like a ship management sort of thing.
It is, yeah. But I just couldn't. I had a hard time reading it, and I couldn't really figure out what was going on. And it's like, all right, now to redirect your power to a different part of your ship, and there's like 20 different places to put it. And I'm like, wait, what? So I only played it for a few minutes, but I played it at like.
I mean, did you try going through the Jeffrey tubes? You gotta do that.
I mean, I know about those, but there's no like physical movement in the game. It's just it's like we're going to tell you some things that you can't read because the font is so tiny, and then now redirect the power. And I was like, wait, what? I don't know. I'll try it again, but yeah, it having super tiny font and no voiceover, it makes it very confusing. But yeah, you can download the demo and play it now. It's coming out next week for like $40 or something like that. Disney Dreamlight Valley Nintendo Switch Edition. I thought this always really needed it because I thought it looked like shit on Switch 1, so good. If you want to play that game, you can. I always thought the art direction looked weird on it too. I don't know, but some people said it was fun like Animal Crossing or whatever, but I really didn't like the way your characters looked.
It just has a big like Disney Infinity's successor feel.
Sure. Yeah, I still think your avatars look fucking ugly though. It looks so weird. But I mean, at least it make the game runs better because I guess it didn't run very well at all on Switch 1, so it needed an update. PGA 2K25, PGA Tour 2K25. I had that on my bingo card too. That came out last week. I still haven't really seen any reviews of it out there because I'd really like to know how it runs on there. Hopefully somebody will review it eventually.
They're really leading into like the people that are fans of real life sports in this direct.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we got two. We got soccer and golf. Well, and I guess in WWE.
Exactly.
Cold Decept Begins, a card game thing that I Don't really know what it is. I think we got an email about it from somebody, so we might get a code for it. I don't know. Cold Deception returns. No, not returns. Begins a card battle game.
It hasn't returned quite yet.
But I do remember the name of the other Cold Deception, so cool. Goat Simulator 3. Don't you?
This one kind of confused me. I do. I have it on Switch already, and so it just kind of confuses me a little bit because in the Direct they say it's for Switch 2, right? And this is not like a Switch 2 edition. This is just Goat Simulator 3 on Switch 2. They don't why don't you call it Switch 2? I'm so confused about what gets called Switch 2 edition and what doesn't. Like, you're putting a new one on the Switch 2 without that designation. There is one already on the Switch 1. I don't know.
I can't play this yet because I have to finish. Well, I need to get and then finish Goat Simulator 2.
You need to make Goat Simulator 2 because it doesn't exist, right?
It does not exist. Yeah. It's true.
No, I think
it's like Clay Fighter 33 and a third.
Yeah, I mean that game exists.
Will I be able to get the upgrade? Like, are they going to give that to me for free? Because I bought this game.
Yeah, I think that the problem is that maybe there is no upgrade. Well, at least as far as right now, it doesn't show an upgrade path. And if that's the case, that sucks. You should never do that to anybody, especially if you went and bought Goat Simulator 1 on Switch 2, they should definitely get you, or for Switch 1, they should definitely give you the upgrade for free. I think, like what the
or just an option for graphical upgrade for $2-3, whatever. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's weird that it has them separate. I hope they don't ask you to pay to upgrade it, to pay another $30 to get it, because that's dumb.
That one's coming out April 1st. Haha.
Oh,
and
what else?
Shadow Tactics: Blades of the Shogun. I don't remember what this one is.
I don't remember it either, and I watched it a few times. Oh yeah, I don't know. It looks like some top-down strategy thing. So I won't play it.
Tales of Arise: Beyond the Dawn Edition.
Yeah, I'm interested in that one. I've heard a lot of great things about Tales of Arise. That's like the latest in the Tales of games.
So is this like an Ultimate Edition kind of thing?
I think so, yeah. I downloaded Tales of Arise for PlayStation 4 back when I did like the whole PS Plus thing, and I never played it. But I downloaded it, but I can't play it now because I don't pay high enough to get access to it. But
I've only ever played Tales of Symphonia. That's my Tales game.
I played Vesperia. What was the other one? I played the Switch one.
Berseria.
That one was cool. No, I think it was Vesperia was the first one that came out on Switch 1.
Yeah.
It was like a re-release of an Xbox game or something. But Arise is supposed to be the best one out of all of them, so I'm kind of interested in it in that way. And it comes out around my birthday, so maybe I'll be able to afford it then. So, cool.
Well, that's the end of the montage, and then we moved on to Resident Evil 9 Requiem.
Yep.
Hey, I got a bingo mark.
Did any of you laugh at how edited it was on there? Like, it was pretty hilarious. Like, well, basically, the Nintendo wanted this Direct to be a Direct for everyone, so Leon misses nobody shoots any zombies in this video.
Oh, you're saying like,
and every time Leon goes at somebody with the hatchet, it cuts away before he hits anyone. So it's very. Okay. I thought it was kind of. You could tell very much so that they were hiding. There's no blood in it at all. So you miss all the cool shit that you can do as Leon. It doesn't show him crushing people's heads with his feet and putting a hatchet in somebody's crotch or whatever. Like all this awesome combat stuff you can do in there.
I mean, it really feels like the combat is kind of dependent on those things. So it's kind of funny they left it out. Like the melee combat is a bit more involved.
It shows him kick some people, but no blood. It's like they're missing on purpose. Like I watched it again today, and they don't hit anybody. Like they never hit any of the characters. I'm like, wow, okay. But no, I mean it's coming out the end of this month. I'm excited. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm really excited. This is like my most anticipated game of the year, probably.
They showed the amiibo, the Grace and Leon amiibo, which I do want them. I do want the Resident Evil amiibo now. So I don't know.
I mean, Leon, I don't know if I like Grace or not yet. I gotta play the game.
Yeah, I figured if I get one, I might as well get both of them.
I know I like Leon. Leon's cool.
But it tells you what it does. You can get skins for your guns in the game from scanning Amiibo.
Yes, gun skins, my favorite. I always buy those for my actual guns.
Yeah, which is hilarious. No, that's why you play Call of Duty so much, so you can get those extra gun skins.
Yeah, all of my actual guns I own have skins on them, and they can't fire bullets anymore because they're clogged up. They're clogged up by all that latex and stuff.
The skins
they look cool.
The front of the gun.
Yeah,
it's
like a Wii remote holder for my gun.
It's funny how they show you like so much and so little from Resident Evil, because it's like you'll get a chainsaw, but we won't show you actually cut anybody with the chainsaw. Did any of you watch the short movie that they put out with
Didn't.
Oh, you should watch it. It's great. Not. It's only like 3 minutes long, but I think it's better than any of the Resident Evil movies combined, and it's way shorter. And it actually
it's like a teaser for 9 or something.
Yeah, it's. I guess it's like the story of Grace's mom, like during the Raccoon City attack and all that.
Okay.
And it's like it's a movie, like it's a short movie, and it's the actor. She was in Longlegs. Is that what it was with the Nicolas Cage one? Yeah, she was in a horror movie, other horror movie. But I know it was done really well. It's 3 minutes long. I watched it on the toilet. You can really get through it.
Bethesda games are coming, including Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition.
Oh yeah, so
this was their like one last.
Yeah,
thing.
So Jeremy did get this because of the one.
Yeah, I got 2 things.
The one last thing is some Bethesda stuff and
a bunch of Bethesda shit.
And it did actually kind of made me sad because we have a whole Bethesda segment and we don't have a Doom game in there, you fuckers. No Doom the Dark Ages. So that kind of was like the nail in the coffin of my. I think it's going to come eventually. Still, just it's like you did this whole fucking Bethesda thing and you're just no Doom the Dark Ages. Like what the hell? But yeah, I
did see you already pre-ordered Elder Scrolls 4. I'm happy for you. You
mean
so
3?
Much.
You mean whatever fuck
Oblivion,
it's called?
yeah.
Oblivion, yeah.
You love Oblivion, and I'm really happy for you that you play it on the Switch 2 finally.
Yeah, one of my most hated games of all time.
Nice to see you're wearing your Oblivion shirt for this occasion.
I gave this game away because I hated it so much. I gave it away to my brother-in-law because I never wanted to see it again. I was like, get it out of my face. I hate this stupid game. But yeah, I guess some people like those crappy broken games that are no fun to play. But Fallout 4, there it is. I got that. That's on my bingo card.
I thought it was going to be New Vegas, but yeah, I guess it's Fallout 4, which is.
I mean, they did announce
PS4 launch title.
Yeah, I mean, they did announce that there was a Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition coming to Switch. It just wasn't in a direct. But
this game came out almost 10 years ago.
Could have been Fallout 3. I mean, Oblivion came out like a long ass time ago too. That was a PlayStation.
Yeah,
3
but this
game.
This is the remaster that was dropped on PC, and I think it was like a PC Xbox exclusive for a bit.
The anniversary edition is new or whatever because it's a new anniversary now. But yeah, I don't care. I don't care about these games.
I forgot about Fallout Anniversary, and they haven't been talking to me.
But yeah, Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, that was on my bingo card also. There it is.
I played a little bit of this game because I also have the on PlayStation. I have the demo where I can play 2 hours.
The trial, yeah. Is it nice? Is it pretty?
It's very slow.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's slow, but it's good.
It's more like a point and click game than an action game, even though it's a first person adventure. Like that's how it feels. It's more like, you think of like when Indiana Jones is solving his puzzles. That's kind of this game.
Yeah, I did notice that watching it again today was, there's a lot of like puzzly type stuff that you do. Like moving, there's a part where you move like mirrors to shine lights at things like you would in a Zelda game. So there you go.
Also, supposedly, like you only use your gun a couple times on a necessary level, but you're not just shooting people. Like your gun's basically just a tool. It's not.
I think like most survival horror stuff too. You don't have very many bullets, so
yeah,
you only get to use it a few times. So if you're gonna use it, make it worth it.
Make sure 3 Nazis are standing in a line and shoot them all at once.
Yeah, we'll just do like what was it? Raiders of the Lost Ark, where he was just tired and he shot that one guy, and it wasn't actually. I think it wasn't originally in the script. After he fights a bunch of people, he just falls down and shoots the guy.
The dude does like a whole thingy and then he just shoots him.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, that's it. That's the partner showcase. Yeah.
Did anybody get a bingo? I got 2.
You got 2
including the
bingos?
free spot. I guess including the free spot, I got 3. No, I got 3.
Oh, how many did we get total? I think I put mine. I got 9, but I also got I got 11 if you count the Japanese Direct, because in the Japanese Direct, Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dragon Quest VII Reimagined were both in there.
Count it.
So, because I like to watch both of them.
Was the Sonic Racing DLC in this? I can't remember.
No, it wasn't.
I thought they taught. Okay, never mind then. Never. Yeah, all I got was Free Space and yeah. All I got was Free Space, One More Thing, and Resident Evil News. I got a little.
If I didn't do the quarters of the 4 corners of hope, I could have got 2 bingos, because I had 2 ones that are full except for the corners. Of hope.
Corners count. If you have 4 corners, that's a bingo.
Yeah, but I didn't get any of them.
Oh, okay.
So no. I'm just saying, if I would have put something else there, if
I only would have wrote down the right information, then I would have won.
Yep. Anyway, yeah, it was a direct. There wasn't a whole lot of surprises there. Like I said, the biggest thing for me was Kyoto Xanadu, but whatever. And the Goemon only coming to Japan was sad to me, because I love those games.
Yeah, I wouldn't say this is a disappointing direct, but I was kind of, I don't know. Maybe I was a little disappointed, just because we always want these Nintendo Directs to knock our socks off, and what's his name, Nate the Hate. We want him to suck. He sucks.
You go away.
You want to throw some hate to Nate the Hate? He loves the hate. Throw it over there. He eats it. It empowers him. Makes him stronger. Yeah, I mean, it kind of felt like a lot of third parties playing catch up from not having development kits, right, for Switch 2. So it's like, and it was a lot of American stuff too. That's why I was really interested to see the Japanese one, because a lot of it was, or whatever, non-Japanese stuff. Yeah. So, the Japan one kind of felt like a lot of older stuff was on there that had already been shown on other directs. Or whatnot.
Where was FromSoft, like, at all?
Maybe nowhere.
Maybe to be on there.
Yeah, maybe they're saving that for whatever the official Nintendo Direct is, just because they're producing Duskbloods. So maybe they consider it to be more of a first-party thing. I don't know. But yeah, it is kind of weird that Elden Ring was nowhere to be seen, because it was supposed to come out last year. I don't know.
Seems like it's in development hell.
Something, yeah. So yeah, there's that. But I think we can take a break, and then we'll come back and talk about whatever else we got.
Take a break.
So let's go.
Hey, you.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, you. Subscribe to our Patreon to hear our bonus shows, which happen every month.
I'm tired.
Tired of all the big corporate podcasts spoon-feeding you the same old video game news on every single show?
Spaghetti. Ravioli.
Then expand!
With NintenDomain Expansion Pack.
It's us talking about old games that were important to us. It's us interviewing people that we meet at conventions. And heck, it's live shows from those same conventions. It's basically everything you could want that NintenDomain ever made.
Here we go!
And it's just $1 a month.
That's less than a bad indie on the eShop.
It's $12 a year, which is less than Nintendo Switch Online.
Thank you so much for subscribing to our Patreon and supporting NintenDomain.
Just go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast and, hey, Mario, let go. Whoa! Whoa! He's throwing us back to the show.
So long, Bowser.
Patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast.
Game over.
right, we're back from the break. Let's talk about the games that we got and games that we've been playing. I've been playing Dragon Quest Reimagined. I got it last week, and it's been fun.
Dragon Quest 12.
Dragon Quest VII Reimagined.
Oh, 7.
Dragon Quest 12 minus 5 is 7. No, this is I put I've put 30 some hours into it. I mean, 10 hours was the demo, so I only put 20 hours into it this week, but still I'm over the 30-hour mark. I got to the point of the game where you can finally change jobs, and it only took 30 hours. And it's funny, like how much this game is streamlined now, because you find like the lady. Well, there's a whole like. If anybody who's not familiar with the way Dragon Quest VII works, is you basically start off in one island, in like a small fishing village or whatever. And they're like, this is the only island. And you're like kids. And they're like, oh, no, there are other islands. And you found these fragments that you put together that take you back in time into a different island. And then you'll finish whatever story that is. And then the island will appear in the present. And then you get to see what has happened over the years since last time you were there. Which makes for some pretty dark content there.
That's a pretty cool concept, though.
But for this one, and each one has like its own little story for each island. And actually the stories, I love the stories. I like the characters for this game. I like the stories. It's really been pulling me into it. But I've been using like the same job for like 30 hours here, and I was like, all right, it's time to change jobs. I got to change jobs. Like, when is this going to happen? And I finally got to the part, and you walk to the All Trades Abbey. It's always the All Trades Abbey in every Dragon Quest game where you change your vocation, and you go there, and it's like, all right, which one do you want to change? And you change them, and then like the guy's like, all right, now go wash yourself in like the bath back there to change your stuff, and you go back there and it like knocks you out, and you wake up in a town with all of your powers gone. Which I was like, oh wait, I don't remember any of this, and you have to go through all this stuff, and then you finally find the actual person who can change your job, and then you can do that. And once you
so there's like a guy who doesn't change your job, who just like
there's an imposter.
That's hilarious.
There's an imposter job changer. He actually steals all of your jobs, is what he does, and you cannot do any of your skills anymore after that, which is cool. There's a nice little twist in there, which I don't remember that happening in the 3DS one. I'm sure it did, but I just had forgotten about it, because a lot of these I've been like, oh, I kind of remember this. Like, there's this one where you go to like this island that has like a volcano, and they wear these hats with fire on them, and they throw them down the volcano and like sacrifice the fire to the fire god. Like, I remember that part. Like, that was one of the earlier ones. And there's this other one with this robot, with this guy who creates this robot to defeat these other robots that are like fighting the town or whatever. I remember that too, but I'd forgotten about the imposter job trader or whatever. But once you like rescue the job person, she gives you like an orb where you can just call her and change your jobs whenever. You don't even have to come back to the Abbey to do it. Which it's like, that's kind of
this could have been an email.
Yeah, that's kind of the gist of this game, I guess. I wonder if it's just like, I wonder if like so many people, so many times are like, oh, there's just too many 100-hour RPGs out there. Like, RPGs are just way too long. And then it's like this one, and like apparently Kiwami 3 also got the note, and it's like, hey, let's like cut a lot of stuff from the original game and make it way shorter. So
I think this game's legendary for being bloated. Like, I think that's kind of part of its legacy, so it makes a little more sense in this regard.
So supposedly, I've never played the PlayStation 1 game, but I kind of really want to, just because I really like the 3DS game, and I've been really enjoying the Switch game as well. And I kind of want to see how bad it was. I guess it was like 10 hours before you even saw slime or something like that in the original one, which cool.
You couldn't even I don't even think you could like get into a battle from what I've read. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean,
wow.
I think in the 3DS one, it takes you like a couple hours before you get to the slime. But this one, they put a battle before that even, which I did notice that, where they're like, okay, let's do it even sooner. So you'll have a battle within like the first like hour or whatever. But I like the characters. I like the stories and all that. And I've just been really into it. And I think it looks gorgeous. Like the way the monsters look so cool. Like, they still like blow my mind every time. Every time I see a new one, I'm like, oh wow, they look so cool. Because they're all based on, puppets and like whatever you call it, dioramas and stuff like that. Yeah. And what was it? Kiefer. There's a character named Kiefer who apparently is actually named after Kiefer Sutherland, the actor.
Okay.
And
I don't know any other Kiefers. Well, actually, I do know one other Kiefer.
So Kiefer has like this big chin sort of thing, and he kind of reminds me of the Matt Damon puppet from Team America. Like he kind of has that feeling to me, the Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
So I was kind of seeing a little bit of weirdness there.
I saw this too, and I think I know exactly the character you're talking about. He just looks out of place in the art style for being a bit too human looking in his face.
Yeah, well, he looked. I mean, they are like they did create physical puppets like for the art style of this game, so there is like a real Kiefer puppet that looks like the Matt Damon puppet, So it's like there's one that exists it just kind of.
It almost reminds me of like that Land of Confusion video by Genesis.
Oh God, that
looks like he could have been in that.
Oh sure, yeah, that video is scary. I used to
or like Dark Crystal, where those puppets were very uncanny.
Yeah, the
Gelflings.
What is it? The Ronald Reagan puppet, or
yes,
the one with the and he's
I love that's one of the best.
And like the water bed and he's like riding a dinosaur like that, and like the Michael Jackson and the Madonna with the singing belly button, and that video is insane.
And then he goes to turn his alarm in, turns his
and he blows everything up.
And he blows everything up. Yeah,
I had like this when I worked at the Enjoy Bar. Like we could make like playlists, and they had music videos for like everything. So I made this big playlist, and like at the beginning of my playlist was that song, was Land of Confusion. So it was there. And I played it like every day.
An amazing music video.
So I watched that music video many times at Enjoy. But I
got
that
Phil Collins puppet,
I got a lot of compliments. Yeah, he's playing the drums with his head. This was his forehead in that video. But no, it kind of has some of that. But there's some dark ass stories in this game. Like even in the demo, there's a one of the main characters. Like she's a kid from this town, but she ends up growing up and joining monsters, and she kills everybody in the town, and she ends up getting killed too. Like there's a lot of death in this game. Like I didn't realize it was so dark. Like the robot thing. You meet, so you find this town that's getting terrorized by these robots, but you also find like this inventor who invents a good robot that has a frequency that they use to to shut down some of the other robots. Yeah, kind of. And but then you go to the future. You start up the island. You do all your island shit. You save everybody. You go to the future, and you go back to where that doctor was. And the doctor's fucking bones are just like laying in the bed, and this robot is freaking out, trying to make soup to bring their doctor back to life, who's been dead for like 50 years. Like, it's dark. It's a dark ass game.
That is very dark.
Yeah.
The thought of like an autonomous like caregiver, like a robot, like continuing to care for your body after you die is very dark.
Yeah, it's like the robot's all rusted and stuff, and it keeps talking about how the soup isn't the right temperature, and it can't make Master alive, and like all this stuff. And yeah, I'm like, wow, okay. this game goes there a lot of times. So yeah, it's cool. I like it a lot. I've really been enjoying it. Like I said, I finally got to the different jobs, which works a little bit different. I guess you don't get to keep some of the jobs that you have, which sucks. Like most of the time when you go through a job and you earn stuff,
ain't that the truth, brother?
But I guess later, I guess later you get this moonlighting ability where you can have more than one job at once, and that makes it easier, or makes it where you can do more stuff. But no, I mean, yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's really pretty. Actually, a lot of the Dragon Quest like soundtracks are so, but I always really liked this one, the soundtrack for this one. Oh yeah, and in the same part with the all trades world, you're in this like the reject town where you've all gotten your shit stolen from the fake like job person or whatever, and occasionally a monster will show up with the Soul Stealer. It's a weapon. It's like a sword, and they basically want you to kill 5 other people in the town, and then you'll get your powers back. So that's like another dark like story that it's like. So people do that, or they'll take the Soul Stealer and try to kill other people, and it's like all right, okay, wow. Or like yeah, I don't want to say. I feel like all the stuff I put on here is all spoilers. So
it sounds like maybe Dragon Quest 3.
So maybe I shouldn't all talk about it, but no, I really like it a lot. I've really been enjoying it. I think it's pretty as hell. I changed the camera angle.
No spoilers. I mean, this game's only been around for a while.
Yeah, true. I mean, this was the game that I wanted, that me and my high school friends, we always talked about, like, oh, they should make a game that looks like a Super Nintendo game, but it's like 200 hours long. Like this is the game that we wanted. was Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior 7.
Just make it bigger, keep the graphics the same.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. It's something that looked like a Super Nintendo game, but was long as fuck. So I'm curious if what I would have thought of it back then. But I still want to like play it on an emulator or something. I want to know what that original one plays like, because I like the other two so much that I'd really like to just see the original.
I don't think the game's that rare. I think you can probably buy it on the PS1. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I don't know. A lot of those RPGs, especially PS1 RPGs, are not cheap. But I don't know.
And it was like after the PS2 came out and it was a PS1 game still. It was developed for the PS1, so that's a big part of its like limitations.
For sure. But no, I've been enjoying it. I highly recommend it. I recommend everybody play the demo. It's like it's a 10-hour demo. You can fuck around with it and all that stuff and enjoy the prettiness of it.
I do still have the demo. I will play through that before I decide I'm gonna buy this.
It says that I could buy Dragon Quest VII complete in box for $45. So that's not that bad, I guess.
That's not bad at all. That's less than buying it new.
But emulator is free. But no, I've been playing a lot of Dragon Quest VII. As I said, it's very fun. But there was a game over the weekend, the Super Bowl. So Saturday night, I figured out how to play the Super Bowl on Madden 26. Finally, all you have to do is just go to Quick Play. That's how you do it. Just go to Quick Play, and there it is. It's like, here's the Super Bowl. Play it with the characters being how they are. So I'm like, yes. Let's do that. So Saturday night, that was my plan. I was like, I'm going to play the shit out of Madden before the Super Bowl. So I played the Super Bowl. I played as the Seahawks, and let me tell you, my Super Bowl game on Madden 26 was way more exciting than the actual Super Bowl game was. That's for sure. I don't think either of you guys watched it, but
I did not watch it.
There was only like 2 touchdowns through the whole thing.
I usually go to a Super Bowl party, but I was actually sick on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
I was throwing up a bunch, and I didn't go anywhere.
The Bad Bunny halftime show was awesome. That was not on Madden 26.
I watched that on YouTube. Yeah.
I'll say that wasn't on Madden 26, unfortunately. And I've actually listened to that album a couple times, so I knew some of the music from it.
Nice.
But no, it was cool. Yeah, there were people in tree suits, and there's a couple that got married for real. They really got married, the ones that were there.
I didn't see it. I was watching Kid Rock.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that one, but fuck that.
I couldn't understand a word he was saying. I was like, is this Spanish?
But, Madden 26. There was no halftime show for the Super Bowl Madden 26. I was like, oh, where's Brad Bunny? But I was like, maybe they didn't know about that when they... Did I say
Brad Bunny?
Did I say Brad Bunny?
You did.
That's the ultimate sexy guy. If Brad Pitt and Bad Bunny combined to Brad Bunny, that would be the sexiest man alive.
But no, I played through that, but it wasn't. They don't have a halftime show for the Madden game. It's just they just talk about whatever plays you did. There's no like.
I don't think they have the budget.
Maybe they might have not even known about it when they made the game, but they do like the fly. They do the flyover. I mean, they do the flyover with the jets, and they do like the fireworks and all that stuff. So there's some cool shit in there, and it had like the same colors and whatever. And also, I got to the end of the season for the Bears that I've been playing in franchise mode, but I have not done the playoffs yet. I just finished the regular season. But
Was it a winning season where you're in the playoffs?
Yeah. No, I only have 3 more games to do. I have like
What's your win-loss record?
I have like the semifinals, the finals, and then the Super Bowl. I only lost one time. I lost to a field goal from the Packers the second time.
And how are the Packers' goals in your season? Like, are they like up there? Like, are they going to be in the finals?
They're not in the playoffs. No, they did not make it.
Oh, so you got beat by a team that's already been eliminated.
Yeah, it was
good to go.
Well, you have to. They played them 2 times in the regular season, and they lost the first time, and then they won the second time. And I won the first time, and I lost the second time. It was that one fucking. I couldn't. I don't know. I'm not that good at defense. I couldn't keep them away from the from the amount of space you need to get to kick a field goal and all that. But it's interesting because the playoffs in my Madden franchise is completely different than what actually happened in real life. So like,
well, that's crazy.
So like the Patriots
didn't know.
So like the Patriots didn't even make it. They're not even going to the Super Bowl, and like the Seahawks might not either. Who knows? they're going up against somebody else, but
the Seahawks not only made it, they won.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see what the real. Well, I mean, I'm going to try to I'm gonna try to get through it for the next week. But
yeah, I was actually sick Sunday, and
I finished my.
It's my first
fantasy
Super Bowl I haven't
Bowl.
watched in many years, like live, because I like to watch it for the zeitgeist experience.
For the commercials, right? I actually don't remember.
Well, the commercials are not even a part of it.
I don't remember any of the commercials.
I actually like to watch the game. Like, I actually like to watch the game. It's like, this is the football game I care about because
really?
it actually matters.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, I like football, but I don't.
The other football, the
like
other games
season
matter.
games too much.
The ones before,
I just
matter.
don't care too much for season games.
Yeah.
And I mean, I work at a place that's very pro Illini, the U of I, and they had a pretty good football season.
Yeah, but they don't have TVs at the Black Dog, do they?
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay. Do they play
And they're
football
always-
shit and all that?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, we're a fucking Illini themed restaurant for the most part. So I mean, I do understand football to a certain extent. I just like when I watch it live, it's fun. I don't. The whole atmosphere of the Super Bowl. Like if every football game I ever watched on TV, I got to like hang out at a party with all this food and go down to the basement and smoke some weed or whatever. You're like, this would be great. If football was always like this, that'd be awesome.
I mean, you just got to know. You just got to know the right
You
people.
got to do the due diligence.
You got to know the right people. I mean, we used to have a party for every Bears game back in the day when I used to go to bars for Bears games. It was always a party.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a
people
Chicago
party every
thing.
weekend. Yeah, we'd always go out for Bears games. Now it's just if I'm available, Jess and I just have Bloody Marys and watch football, which is the same. You just hang out with your wife instead of other people.
My wife is actually more into sports than I am because she actually is working for the U of I, she works at the games and does ushering and stuff. So she's a bit more.
Oh, her dad does too, right? Doesn't he
Yeah,
work
yeah,
live
it's-
events? Is that how she got
Yeah.
into
So
that?
they're both in touch with. Yeah, that's how she got the job.
Yeah.
Well, her dad clued her in on how to apply and stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. I sports. I'm not sports coded.
Neither
There's some
am
YouTube-
I. The only
look
thing,
at some
the only thing
YouTube videos. Like there might actually be a genetic reason why some people don't like sports. I don't know. That's all conjecture, but
I mean,
it's a thing.
I mean, maybe. No, I mean, the only sport I care about is football, just because of the strategy of it, I guess. And the other ones I think are boring. But
I think football is probably one of the most interesting of the sports. I would say.
I like it because it's an RPG game, pretty much.
I like it because people get life-ending injuries while they play.
Yeah, that's why I watch only football and wrestling because they're both incredibly dangerous sports.
Get CTE. Get CTE.
They both you can tear your meniscus in both of them, or get a concussion or whatever else. So yeah, so that's that. Yeah, I played that. I think I already talked about all the other demos that I played. I really don't remember. There was a Pokemon commercial in the Super Bowl, but I really don't remember I don't really remember any of the commercials. Jess and I, we had a good amount of drinks, so
I did see the Pokemon commercial.
There's sections that I remember. I
Watched
mean,
it afterward.
I remember the game, but I don't remember any. I mean, I remember some things. I remember Mike Tyson being a total piece of shit on there. But he talked about.
Was he eating pigeons?
Might as well have been. No, he did a fucking Ozempic commercial where he talked about how disgusting fat people are. So he's a fucking prick. So it was awful. It was the worst thing ever. I mean, there was some other commercials that were pretty terrible too.
Luckily, he's not problematic, so you can't find any reason to discount his opinion.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that when I saw it. I was like, well, this guy's a fucking idiot anyway, so whatever. But yeah, I pretty much talked about all the demos that I played already because they were in the direct.
I think I play the same demos. Like you didn't play the Reanimal as much as I did, but
I didn't play it at all.
I also didn't play. Yeah, I didn't play the. I guess I didn't play all the demos. I thought I did, but I didn't play all the demos.
But
I played Animal Crossing.
I did play a little bit of Animal Crossing. I had just enough to
I played
get
Animal Crossing
to get Clue Land, and
I
now I
got-
have all of the systems.
I'm pretty sure, if I as of last week when we were talking on the podcast, I probably before the show could have just walked up and talked to that.
Oh, to the grandma.
To the grandma, because I did that right after the show and they gave me all my stuff. So I think I already had the credentials to get the NES games, but I've gotten them all since, I've had a whole week to do it. So I have them all. They're laying in a pile in my kitchen.
So how many times have you played through the versus mode of Panel to Pawn?
I've played nothing. I've only like gone up to them and seen if they worked or not, and I was just like curious, like how it would load, and it loads up quicker than I expected. I thought it would like basically just boot up the app, but it's its own thing, like you said, and it's a truncated version of the Nintendo app. You don't get rewind, you don't get save states, you don't get any of the cool stuff.
It's a very small bit of it.
And they're mostly bad games, except for F-Zero and Penelope Pon.
Yeah, those games are good. Ice hockey.
Pretty shitty.
I say ice hockey's good.
It's fine, but it's more fun two-player.
Yeah. I did play Clue Land a little bit, and I'm like, I don't like this game. I don't know.
Apparently you don't have a clue.
I don't.
How it works.
I don't know one clue or two clues. I don't have any clues. It's whatever.
Well, I built a nightclub, which was my nickname at the top of the show. I decided to add an extension to the hotel. So now the beach surrounding the hotel. If you go west, there's a nightclub where I have a stage with a gyro band. I gave every little
oh, cool.
Oh yeah,
because you gyro an instrument. Yep.
Yeah, because you can put stuff in front of the hotel, which I just stuck a lot of my Zelda stuff there. Like I put the Guardian and the like glowing zone eye circle thing, and I put the sword there too, because I didn't know where else to put them, so I just stuck them in front of the hotel.
I mostly just tried to get my like ranking, so I got my like S plus or whatever, like my high ranking from the home, whatever they're called.
Happy Home Academy.
Yeah. So like my island's back to ship shape. I'm still like a 5-star island. So
did you get Leaf to get rid of all your weeds?
Yes, I did.
You paid him like 60,000 or something.
I did. So all my weeds are gone, and I've done a little bit of like terraforming, but for the most part, I think I'm done. Like I got all those games, and they're disappointing as I expected. And now what? Nothing.
Got at least like put them on display or something.
And I keep like trying to use the megaphone, and nobody comes by their names. It's just whoever's closest to me will call out to me when I use the megaphone.
So I used the megaphone one time, like when I was I like found a lost item and I was trying to return it to somebody, but it didn't show me where they were. It was just like, I was like, hey, Elvis or whoever. And it just like, there's just like a dialogue bubble that shows up in the corner that's like, hey, but it didn't show me where he was. I still had to look for him.
My experience is the voice recognition doesn't mean a thing for the animals themselves. It's just like you'll get like a random call from someone on the island when you make a sound. That's my experience.
I mean, it recognized the name. It recognized the name. It just didn't show me where they were. Like it didn't help at all.
Well, you're having a better experience than me. You don't mumble as much as me. So.
The bubble indicates the direction that they are. So if the bubble is in the top right corner, you keep walking top right, and there they will be.
Oh, because it was in the top left, and I went up left, but then I had to go way down and around, and that's where he was. I'm saying it didn't help me at all. Like where he was and where the bubble was not by each other. So
they also move independently, so I think that's part of it. Like whatever you get the mark of where they are,
sure, yeah,
it may be different by the time. And so my experience, though, like I said, like the voice recognition is not working for me. Maybe it's the way I talk, but it's not calling up specific animals, even if I'm like really like specific about the vowel sounds and stuff. Yeah, I have not been able to successfully say a specific villager's name and have them respond to me since I tried it initially.
Maybe you got to clean the gunk out from your microphone on your Switch too.
It's possible, yeah.
On the top, like whatever. Maybe it's too hidden. Maybe
it'd
like
be my Pro Controller, yeah.
Well, the Pro Controller, it only works if you plug in a headset with a microphone.
No, it has a microphone on it.
The Pro Controller?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It only does it if you plug in a controller with a mic. If you plug in a headset with a microphone.
Maybe I'm wrong then. I thought it had a mic on it. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I don't think it just has a plug. You have to plug in a headset that has a microphone on it for it to work.
Well, shit.
And it'll tell you whether it works or not.
Then it's all my fault.
Because I have used it. But when I yelled for the character, I think I was holding the system in my hand. So maybe that's why it worked better for me, because I was by the mic, by the Switch 2 mic.
We good to move on to some news?
I mean, Jeremy hasn't talked about what he played yet.
Oh, you didn't?
We kind of skipped Jeremy.
I mean, I'm used to it. No, I'm just kidding. This week, though, I mostly just play the directs or the demos from the direct, which we already talked about, and Animal Crossing. So my big thing this week was just like continuing to play Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which is one of my favorite games I've played in a long time, I must say.
Yeah, you like that one. You like the RPG one.
And it's kind of like sad to me because I didn't know until last week that this was the most recent Yakuza game, like in the timeline. So
yeah,
I can't talk too much about it because I don't want to ruin anything for Trey. Because there's a lot of stuff happening in the story.
I know that Kiryu's in there. I know that Kiryu's in there, and I know that Kiryu is sick, but I don't know what happens to him. So don't tell me.
I don't either yet, but
I know he has like cancer or something like that, which sucks because I love Kiryu.
So it's I just love the things I was complaining about in Like a Dragon, and then subsequently last week when I was playing this, I was like, I'm sick of all the dialogue, but I've actually grown to enjoy it because it's where the story happens, and I've really become familiar with the characters, and I like all the characters and stuff. So I actually like the dialogue, and I like all the stories, and I've, as of last week versus this week, I'm going out of my way to get more dialogue from the characters, to get more story. Like it's different. It's different. Now I want more story.
You probably put like 60 hours into it or something like that.
I played almost 40 hours.
Yeah,
I played almost 40 hours of it, and a big part of this game is there's a whole mini game where you have like an island where you're doing like farming and all this stuff. And I said I'm a 4-star island. You have 5 stars maximum, so I'm almost at the 5-star level. I've almost got my island to 5 stars, but I am kind of at that point in the game where I'm like, I actually want to go around and like get all the lore and all the background, and it gives you a lot of in case you missed it sort of stuff from past Yakuza games. So I'm getting a lot of that from Kiryu, and
you know who Kiryu is now?
Yeah.
I mean, you know who
Oh yeah, I know
Ichiban
Kiryu. I know Kiryu and Ichiban. They're like such good characters.
Because Kiryu has like gray hair too, I think, in that one. Well, and also like whatever it takes place, like he's supposed to, whatever happened in The Man with No Name, or The Man Who Erased His Name, like that's supposed to happen before Infinite Wealth also.
Mm-hmm. A really cool thing about this is that it takes place in 2 different cities. I don't know if that's a normal thing with Yakuza, but like you're in 2 different towns.
Ever since 2.
Is it okay? So you're like kind of going back and forth between like different parties in 2 different towns, and you're like communicating with each other, and the story is progressing in that manner. And man, there's been some crazy twists and turns. It's very soap opera. Very
welcome to the world of Yakuza games.
I love it. I fucking love it.
That's what I've been saying. I mean, I've played.
I think once I finish
these.
this, I'm hopping into Kiwami 1. Right? Is that what I should do?
You should probably. I think you should play 0. I think
you think I should start with 0 after this.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I have become such a fan.
But I'm just afraid.
I want to play more Yakuza games. Like, this game is so good. This is such a good game.
I'm afraid that you won't like the action combat as much as the RPG stuff. Because I was kind of the other way around, where I like the action combat stuff so much better than the RPG stuff. Whereas, like, I mean, I played a little bit of 7 of Like a Dragon, but I was like, I just want to go back to punching people in the face with Kiryu. Like, I mean, these guys are cool or whatever, but I didn't like the turn-based battle stuff, I guess. I'm sure it's better in Infinite Wealth, but
it's way better because I did like notably I did play as much. I even like bought the game. Like, I own the game. Like, I paid money for it for Like a Dragon.
Oh, I did too. Well, I bought it new in 2020 when it came out.
Yeah, I bought it new as well.
Because those games, they control me.
Yeah, I bought it new as well because I was so intrigued by it, and I didn't get very far in it. Like, I was not super into it, but I think this game like probably fixed a lot of people's complaints from the previous version, and it's so good. It's such a good game. There's never a point where you don't have anything to do. Like, there's always some other quest you could pursue. There's always like
the sub stories are like my favorite thing.
If you like continue your if you continue the main story and you get completely whooped, you got to go back and do some side story stuff, and that always fixes the problem. So, man, I love this game, and I kind of feel awful now that I know it's the most recent Yakuza game. Like, I'm going to get this whole
well, you consider everything else a prequel after that, right?
Yeah, it will be. So
you're playing the end game.
My goal was to play whatever, is 0 the one to go to next, like you said?
I would say to go to 0 because Kiwami 1 and 2 are actually sequels to, they're remakes of 1 and 2, but they're also sequels to 0. Okay. So there's references in 1 and 2 to 0. So it kind of builds around that world. And it has a similar thing. Like ever since Yakuza 2 on PlayStation 2, you can go to more than one place. Like, because the first one was just Kamurocho, but then they add Kamurocho and another place. Like, and in 0, it's Sotenbori and Kamurocho. Right? It's Osaka, but it's called something different in the game. But yeah, there's Osaka and that, but you alternate between Majima and Kiryu.
I think what is Yokohama or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's made up, but
so I did. I guess as far as I guess we could talk about this now. Yakuza stuff. I did get Yakuza Kiwami 3. Of course, I was planning on doing it because I really, really wanted to. I'm a little upset about the whole the whole sexual assault thing that's been out there. I just heard about it. Of course,
that's huge. Yeah.
So it sucks. But it
does. And then they also announced that was the last Kiwami game. So
now they're So basically, one of the villains, not the guy who you play is the side story as. It's not the Mine guy, but the other guy. I guess he has some, allegations, some that he's admitted to or whatever. But it's just weird because Sega said oh no, that makes him a better villain or whatever because he's such a creep, and I'm like, that's not a good way to answer that, especially since you've fired other actors before for drug use in other games.
Living your life poorly is not a reason to be casted in something.
It kind of seemed like a lazy response where it's we didn't want to cut him, or we already did all this stuff,
or dude has something to say about other people and there's some blackmail involved.
Yeah, it really sucks because I really like these games, but yeah,
very Yakuza.
But now they came out and said that Yakuza Kiwami 3 was the last of the Kiwamis, which makes me sad because I think that Yakuza 4 and 5 would be really interesting games to remake because that was the one where they started doing multiple characters, where there's, but up to that you only played as Kiryu, but in 4 you have 4 different characters that you play as, Kiryu plus 3 people, and then 5 you have Kiryu plus 4 people, and one of them is Haruka. She gets old enough to be a playable character, and she becomes a pop idol and all this shit, and yeah, I wanted to see those games remade, so now I just need them to re-release them on Switch or go back to playing 5 on PlayStation 4, which I did play a good amount of a couple of years ago, just because I had it on there. Because I do have 5 and 6 on there, but I want to finish Kiryu's story. I want to get, because I started playing 6, and the beginning of 6 is a huge spoiler for the end of 5, so I was like, oh well, fuck, I should have finished 5. Anyway, you got to play these all in order, and I'd like to get all the way through, and then eventually someday play Infinite Wealth after I've played, 4 and 5 and 6 and The Man Who Erased His Name and finish Like a Dragon. Then I'll play Infinite Wealth whenever I can get there. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do next. They did say there is another game coming out that is in the style of Yakuza, but takes place in a different timeline. I don't know if they're talking about that or another thing, but they said there'll be another thing. So I wondered if maybe they'll take one of the spin-off guys from 4 or 5 and do a whole story about them, or
I also wouldn't be surprised if they did
because I don't think they're doing
have they done an ancient Japan Yakuza, because
well they did Ishin, the Yakuza Ishin. That was like a PlayStation 2 game that got a remake a couple years ago. I
think they could go back to feudal Japan and make Yakuza work.
Yeah, they did. They did do that.
They did do that already. Okay.
Well, it was an old game, and then they remade it for PlayStation 4 and 5. I have that. I have that one too on PlayStation 4 because these games are dirt cheap. So just wait till they go on sale all the time. Wait till 0 is $20 or something like that, and go for it.
That's what I'm going to do. I think I definitely in this episode I wanted to ask you, Trey, which one to play next because I am fully into this narrative now. Like I love it so much, and I love the interpersonal relationships between the party members, and I love like because this splits people across like two different countries pretty much. So like in this game, like you're hearing opinions about somebody in another party, you know, like you know what I mean? Like it's kind of cool to hear somebody's opinion of what's his name? I'm forgetting his name, the guy from Like a Dragon. I can never remember his name.
Ichiban?
Ichiban, yeah, they refer to him as multiple different names in the game. But yeah, Ichiban is like, I think he's the perfect foil to Kiryu because they are just so different.
Because he's kind of an idiot, and Kiryu's very much like, I don't know, he's the respectable warrior.
Kiryu's quiet and intimidating and calculating, and and then Ichiban just like says everything that is in his brain as soon as it happens, and he's just like a himbo. He's total himbo, and that's his character, and like he's a lovable person for that reason. Like he can't lie. He literally isn't incapable of lying. That's his like character trait. So he actually teaches Kiryu a thing or two in this game. Like,
I was gonna say, I don't think Kiryu is really a liar either, though. He's a very
Kiryu's
honest
more
person.
like I will stay quiet rather than divulge the truth.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whereas Ichiban will just be like, "Oh yeah, this is exactly what happened. I'm gonna make a viral video about it," and like he's just so like unaware of his actions. And Kiryu's way more, you know, like I have to protect these people, so I have to be aware of my actions. Like this is my sort of role in life to protect these people. So like my behavior is very important to keep them safe. And Ichiban's not like that.
Ichiban. It sounds like
it's because of Ichabod Crane.
I was gonna say, are you talking about the Headless Horseman? It sounds like
that's why
Ichabod.
In my head, I always say Ichiban,
Ichiban.
but I know it's Ichiban. Yeah,
it's it's one each ni san chi. You know how to count in Japanese. Each.
I also learned that
it means,
from this
it
game,
means like the chosen one is Ichiban.
I learned that ukulele is based off the word for flea from this game because the way your fingers move looks like fleas hopping around. So that's the ukulele is actually based off of a word for fleas in like Hawaiian.
Not the bassist from the Teen Idols or and
from the
Red Hot
Chili Peppers.
Yeah, he was in a punk band before he was in the Chili Peppers. That's why he was in the punk movie Suburbia. Anyway,
the only Red Hot Chili Peppers song you should listen to is their cover of that Stevie Wonder song. That's all that matters.
Anyway, are you done? Are we done talking about games? I'm glad you like Infinite Wealth. I always thought you would.
I like it a lot. Like it's like I'm being careful with what I'm saying because I don't want to ruin anything for you. But this game really, like, I care about every character that they've put in this game. Like, and not just like I need to care about them because I need to know how to level them up or whatever. Like, they've all got like story elements that are all like kind of intertwining, and it's really cool. And especially because, like I said, they're split up between two parties. They're talking about each other and their interpersonal relationships with the people that are like somewhere else. And like, you hear different perspectives from each of them and stuff. And it's so human and so cool. And I just think this game does it really well.
For sure.
And I'm a super fan of this game. And I always knew I would love it whenever I got a chance to play it because I was told there was, I read there was this whole like basically Animal Crossing / like Stardew Valley kind of mini game in there, and it is there, and it is fun. It is so fun. Like that's all I played for a couple of days this week was just I went to the island and that's all I did was just try to level up my island. So I've got my island to 4 stars. Obviously 5 stars is the highest you can get it, but I'm very close to getting it to 5 stars, which I guess there's like. According to them, there's going to be a boss battle or something that happens, but I don't know how that's going to affect my, like the gameplay in the main game. But I really do like that. If you don't want to go around and kill a bunch of Yakuza to build up your money and your experience, you can go to the island and do the same thing, like do different things and still get the same experience points through a different way. So it gives you options even for grinding, and I love that. So this is a masterpiece of a game, in my opinion. I hope it comes to Switch, and I hope you get to play it soon, Trey, because
I think it will eventually.
Damn, this is a good game.
I think it will eventually. I mean, they're going to bring all the Yakuza will get there eventually. It's
so good.
I was just kind of I like this whole like remaking of the PlayStation 3 ones, and it's a shame that it's not getting to 4 and 5 because those would have been really interesting to remake. But speaking of which, why don't we get done with this episode so I can play Kiwami 3 because it's out right now.
I just have one bit of news that I want to mention, which is that Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum has asked for financial help to finish its move. So it's been a minute since we heard about Marvin's, which is the world famous arcade that's around me in the neighborhood. And if you haven't heard about it before, basically they have a bunch of old like electromechanical machines. Think like, in the movie Big, Zoltar the Wizard, that kind of thing.
I saw
they get a friend of the show, Nate, that would fix these kind of things.
I messed around with a Zoltar. I mean, there was one in L.A. It was like one of I don't know. It was a movie I worked on.
There's a ton
LA.
of Zoltars in Vegas.
There was an arcade when we were working on a movie. We were in an arcade, and I saw one of those Zoltars. I don't know which one it was, but it was around the Los Angeles area somewhere.
They're all over Vegas.
Yeah, they've got lots of machines of that variety, and lots of one-offs, lots of things built just for the arcade, and it's all like an arcade and a circus and a museum all in one. Just a really cool, unique place. And they moved.
Where does the circus fall in?
Well, just the atmosphere.
Okay, so, kind of like how it's laid out.
And they literally have like tapestries, like decades old or maybe 100-year-old tapestries, like
Barnum and
magicians and that kind of thing.
Okay.
There's some objects that like belong to P.T. Barnum and that kind of thing.
Oh shit, that's definitely a museum. Yeah.
Yeah. It's there's something to look at every corner of this place.
Here's P.T. Barnum's butt plug. It's shaped like an elephant.
Whoa! And they need help moving it because they have a Kickstarter or what?
They have a GoFundMe up, which good news is that they surpassed their first goal within a day, and so they're on their stretch goal now. They raised $5,500 immediately within hours of posting it.
What's their goal?
Now their current goal, that was their goal. Now their current goal is 24,000. And let's check the page live, see where they're at right now. Let's see.
What does 24,000 mean? That they stay open or that they expand their?
They're trying to move into their new location, right?
Oh, okay.
Right. And there's some unexpected costs. And
this is the strip mall you were talking about, like where they're.
Yeah, it was at a strip mall. And now there's they have a location that is like just outside of like a much larger mall.
Okay.
So I haven't been by there. I haven't actually seen the spot they're moving it to, but I think they said it was like 5 times as large as the previous one. Yeah. Okay. So live update here.
They're at I'm there too. They're at 78% of the 24K, which is 18,484.
And what's their like date to get to 100%? Or once there's a stretch goal, does that exist, or are they just like until the end of the campaign they just keep putting new stretch goals?
Actually,
I don't know. If they've reached their other one, then I don't know how.
I want to go to this place. I really want to go to this place.
Yeah, it'd be worth it to make a trip out here when it's reopened. I mean, it was worth it. In its old location, it was an amazing spot. And this being 5 times as big, yeah, definitely worth it. It's very cool, one of a kind, very unique. I love Galloping Ghost and everything, but this is an entirely different flavor of arcade. Like,
I think this requires more engineers.
It's more like
probably so. Yeah,
it's kind of more like analog, right? Like
correct.
Kind of like a skee ball and that sort of thing, right?
Well, this is like
skee ball. But,
I mean, that's the one picture I saw from the article on here. Is it was somebody playing skee ball. So.
Even the games that are like full on video game that are electromechanical would be a PC board or PCB board you would have to like reprint or whatever. I don't know. I imagine these games are old enough that it's just a bunch of giant transistors.
Oh yeah, some of them are over 100 years old.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah, some
like
of them
one of my favorite games I played at the Pinball Hall of Fame when Sean and I went last year was an electromechanical baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
That was so fun. It was like you slid this puck and you would get like home runs and stuff based on how it, and then like the characters would move, you know, in the display window, and you would know what bases you had people on, and you would get home runs and stuff. So I love electromechanical games. I think they were onto something back then.
Yeah, there's so much ingenuity to it, and like, somebody built that with their hands and put that together, and often in a time.
Yeah, our buddy Nate Lockhart he's a friend of the show, and he's our resource if we want more of this.
Yeah, I think he was on the show.
I'm sure he knows about this place.
Around last year.
Yeah,
he was on here to talk about.
He is
stuff that he talked about.
such a trove of information about electromechanicals that Binge Edwards from Retronaut said he needed to be protected.
So yeah, donate if you can. I donated $10 the other day. Just want to feel like I'm giving back, and hopefully, maybe my $10 means they get to open 10 minutes sooner, because I really want to go back to this place again.
Nice. Do they get?
I mean, it makes sense too. For it's your neighborhood. Like, you got to support your neighborhood.
Right.
Cool. Well, I do want to. Let's just talk about the games that are coming out for the week, and then we can be done. Jaws, the re-release of Jaws on NES is coming out this week. Worked on by a person that we met a few times, Jeremy Parrish from Limited Run.
Limited Run, yeah.
I'm kind of interested in this game, sort of, because I did like playing it. The original.
I don't know if I could ever care about Jaws as much as the Jaws ride at Universal Japan. Like that's the Jaws pinnacle for me. I just don't think I could ever get there again.
You're like trying Jaws on NES, and you're like, nah, not quite.
There's not this guy like saying a bunch of words I don't understand and like firing a shotgun off into the water.
I mean, you can make that happen though. We could put on a
video
so. Of something and get a shotgun.
I mean, Sean has her Floyd card, so we could get a shotgun.
Good. We already talked about Kiwami 3 coming out. Mario Tennis Fever is coming out. I thought it was interesting that like everything that I'm interested in has gotten a 7 from IGN, like for the past like 6 games. Like Mario Tennis Fever, Yakuza Kiwami 3, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, or Romeo Won't Die, or whatever that one game's called. They all got 7s. Every single game from IGN. They're just 7ing all day.
They don't do incremental stuff anymore, so it's like it's either a 7 or it's a 10 or it's
2,
3.
yeah. There's no in betweens. But yeah, I don't know. Mario
it's
Tennis
like
Fever.
poker. If you have a 3-7 offsuit,
I'm not going to pay $70 for that game. I just put this one on here because it's interesting. A Dance of Fire and Ice, that was on a Japanese Direct like a year ago, 2 years ago. I actually got it
written by George R.R. Martin.
I actually got it for free on my phone. It's actually a really fun rhythm game. It actually is a lot more fun than the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. Kicking it right back to you there. Talk about some shitty TV there. No, it's a cool game. It's a very fun, like simple rhythm game that I had a lot of fun on my phone with, and it was out on the Japanese eShop for so long, and now it's finally out on the American one. Like whatever. And the other thing I think is really cool. I mean, I think you would find it interesting because it's free and you already have it. Subnautica Switch 2 edition is coming out next week on Tuesday.
Okay,
I'll play that game again. I actually love that game. I loved it on Switch 1.
It's terrifying.
And then I kind of got lost, or I couldn't figure out how to progress, or I kept getting eaten by that one monster. But I had some cool shit built, and I always thought that game was really cool. And yeah, we're getting like a full-on like 4K 60 FPS like upgrade for.
I will say, like
for Subnautica,
it's my favorite Minecraft like other than Minecraft. Like, it does it really well. Like establishing your like bases within the ocean and going deeper and deeper. Like it's creepy. It's a creepy ass game, and I want to go back to it. I don't want to play Sub-Zero because I hear bad things about it. Like it's like Metroid Prime 2.
Oh, that it's not as good. Well, I mean, they're both getting free upgrades. I never bought the second
but
one.
It's like Metroid Prime 2 in the sense that you have like sections where you're going to lose health when you're in them.
Oh, it's too like condensed or whatever, too claustrophobic. I'm
worried about that.
Yeah. Fantasy Life, I got an update. I'm surprised you haven't checked that one out yet.
I have not yet.
But I don't know what all that entails. But there's been more Virtual Boy preview stuff, and the only thing I don't remember if we were recording yet when I mentioned it, but now Nintendo are saying that the Labo VR headset will not work with Virtual Boy, which brings me back to the thing that I said last week, is that I think it does have to do with the red visor thing that is in there. I mean, we'll find out next week because we'll all get one, but I'm going to try it out.
So some Nintendo reps said it would work, but they were wrong, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, they said it would work, but then they went back on it and said that it wouldn't. But I don't understand why it wouldn't.
It won't work with Switch 1 because you can download them on the Switch 1 and then it will fit. And it will not work in those because of the lack of the red filter?
I don't know. As I say, it doesn't make sense to me like why it wouldn't work, because if you look at a picture of the fucking cardboard version of the Labo that you get for $20, it's exactly the same as the Labo VR, except bigger.
It's wider
to be able to fit the Switch too. So it has those same like goggles and the lenses and all that. So I don't understand why it wouldn't work. But I'm gonna try it out next week. I will tell you what I'm gonna get it because I got my Switch 1 still. I'm gonna put it in the old Labo and we're gonna try it out
do it in the OLED.
and see what happens.
Please do it in the OLED.
I don't know if I can do it in the OLED because I gave that because that's Jess's now, and I don't know.
I just want the higher like resolution experience.
Yeah, I could try it, I guess, because
interesting to see.
My name is still on there, but that's Jess's. Then Jess has put like 100 hours into Animal Crossing again. They're back to playing it every day.
Tell them to erase their Animal Crossing file because you need to play
No, no, the Virtual Boy download I'm sure is going to be like 800 megs or something like that. It's not going to be that big. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. Aside from that, I think that's good. There's a whole bunch of previews for Pocopia out there. I don't know if you've seen them, but go look at them because that game looks fucking awesome. And
this is probably going to be my. I will be surprised if this isn't in my
game of the year
list. Yeah,
it looks really pretty. I was just waiting for my car to get done today, and I watched the direct again, and I watched Switch Up talk about it, and it just looks really good. It looks really good, like.
It's Dragon Quest Builders 3.
How you can be a Ditto and like adopt all these different abilities from other Pokemon. It just looks really cool for what you can do on it. And they're calling it a combination of Minecraft and Animal Crossing. And I think this is going to be the one that's going to grab me, not Tomodachi Life, even though that one's cool and silly and all that. But I think this one, I was like on the fence about it, but I think it looks really, really good. So
I'm into it.
Yeah. So we'll see more stuff about that. But, no, I think that's good, aside from that, from this episode. So thanks, everybody, for listening. And if you would like to support the show and get bonus episodes, go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast. And you can get 80 expansion pack episodes for only $1. There's a lot of them. And then for $5, you can listen to the WART radio and see videos of us early and all that fun stuff. So check that out. And you can find us all over the internet. Just look up NintenDomain podcast. We're on many social feeds. I think there's still a website out there. I think there's a NintenDomainPodcast.com still. So go find that and look at it and be like, hey, and tell your friends to listen to us also and all that stuff. But yeah, this has been episode 507, and we are your hosts. I'm Trey Johnson.
Sure, Bukowski.
John Vidra.
And thanks so much for listening. See you next time.
She's a man. Praise God, me. She's a man. Now
Sound barrier breaking again. Breaking the sound barrier. Breaking the law barrier.
Adios, friends. Right. America.
Have a good night, everybody. Talk to you later.